Nate, I'm not hearing you. Let me see if that's me or you. Let's see. Yeah, Nate, I'm not hearing you. Are other people hearing Nate?
Okay. Yeah, all right, hold on.
No, now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know what the this might be a rough go. All right, you can hear me now, Danny, but they can't hear me? Okay.
No,
yeah,
I think those were replies to me saying I couldn't hear you.
Okay. All right. Appreciate the tip from Iowa grad Chicago. Let me know if my levels are okay, all that. Yeah, this is I'm coming to you from a small town in Ontario, Canada. Long story about why I am here. But thanks everyone for the tip. We'll try to live up to that. And yeah, biggest game 7 in years since at least 2018, I would say, maybe 2016, maybe last year. I don't know. But it was game 7 of the finals. What are we looking for early here, Danny?
Well, since it got asked in the comments, the officiating crew is not the crew I expected it to be. It is Mark Davis, John Goebel, Josh Tiven, and then the alternate is Mitchell Irvin. So Mark Davis, generally we've liked his officiating. I thought this was going to be we were going to see a different group, but that's that I have no problems. I have no problems with this group. And I mean,
unlike the problems we have with the group that's starting the game for the Thunder, perhaps.
Yes, and that's the other place is for game 7 to 2 plays, how much and when, and Lou Dort being in the lineup. The Thunder have struggled through 5 games. It was a -40 net rating with Dort, Hartenstein, and Holmgren on the floor. So that is a concern. It's how quickly are you willing to move off the things that don't work? And particularly with both AJ Mitchell and J-Dub completely unavailable for Mark Daigneault in this game 7, they're going to need to generate good shots. And going to need to be very diligent about the Thunder, about the rotations. We'll see how Fox and Harper look. I could have similar issues with Fox playing over Harper if they look the way that they did in game 6. Remains to be seen there. But Lou Dort being in the starting lineup doesn't make me feel great about this from a Thunder perspective.
Yeah, this is close to the best defensive group that they could put out there. Obviously, Caruso would have to be in that as well. But yeah, let's see how long they stay with this. And of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has not had a good shooting series, but he has outplayed Victor Wembanyama in 3 games. Victor has outplayed him in 3 games, perhaps more substantial in Victor's case. But the series is tied at 3-3. And I think where I'm looking for the Spurs is what is Victor Wembanyama's mentality going to be? Is he going to come out really aggressively, trying to play that unicorn style, bombing threes like he did at the start of game 6, trying to stretch out the defense, open things up for his teammates as well? Or is it going to be more trying to get him to roll to the basket? But the primary action, and whether Victor Wembanyama is involved in that, creating for himself or others, I think is going to be an absolutely massive story here. And of course, what he shoots on some of those threes. I think the Spurs, to score well in the half court, I think they need him to do that. They don't have Fox, and we'll see about Harper, to create offense using him as the roll man as well. I think they need him to be aggressive. And I also think that just for his mentality that he's going to come out and dominate on both ends, he feels like the most complete basketball player when he's using the totality of his skill set. So we'll get you guys synced up here momentarily as well. And Danny can sync up too. Victor's hugging Keldon Johnson right now.
Yep.
Sorry, I think we're pretty close to one another. We'll see what the Canadian NBA.com feed is going to.
It's all these angles here, where there isn't quite a ticking clock on the screen, which is driving me a little bit nuts.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess there's nothing really to show at this point. Yeah, so another thing the Spurs have really tried to run at the beginning of games, they had 9 transition plays in their first 11 possessions here in game 5, and they're going to try to beat this group down the floor. And then what can the Thunder do to free up Shai, particularly with this offensive group that doesn't have a good three-point shooter among the 3 through 5 positions, and Cason Wallace as well. What do you think of them starting Cason instead of McCain?
It's going to be hard for them offensively, but I think Cason Wallace, if Caruso can't start, I think that Cason Wallace is a reasonable one. I actually would have started Wallace and McCain.
All right, so Victor and Chet as they jump it up. Good solid tip there by Mark Davis, and we are underway. 262 win teams for the first time since 1998, coming down to a game 7. Dort is on Fox. Wembanyama looking to get open off the ball. Dort backing way off of him. They are going to go with Victor right away. Chet coming over to help. Victor knocks him backwards and scores it off the high glass. Victor Wembanyama. And I think we're going to be synced up here pretty well.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good.
Got that set for you guys as well. I'll make the scoreboard bigger. And here's Chet going to try Devin Vassell. Got it knocked away immediately. Here's a transition chance. Thunder are back. Castle going to try Dort. Dort goes right through the body of Castle, but it's on the pass off. No shooting foul.
But good job by Castle. They're working it. Even though they didn't have the numbers, you can still force the defense to respond. And I like that from Castle. And yeah, you're running a risk because if there wasn't a foul, it would have been a risky play. But I think he knew there was a pass.
Yeah, that previous play, they opened the side for Wembanyama to drive hard right now. They'll get him into the pick and roll with Castle. Castle, guns at weak side. Dort got a hand on it. Good defense there. And you can see how packed the paint was on that roll by Wembanyama. That's going to be the strategy, but Dort was able to get back out to the corner as well. Screen away here for Vassell coming against Shai. They've changed up the matchup to put Wallace on Castle now that he's in the starting lineup. They had Shai on before, and Vassell 2 for 2 for the Spurs on those tough jumpers on the right side, and that's the type of shot that both teams are going to need to make tonight to win.
And we'll see the quality of Thunder shots when they actually get one up.
There again, you see that overload defense by the Spurs as we saw in Game 6. Holmgren, man, that shot's wild right now. Everybody's making it.
It's the bubble again.
Here comes Castle down the lane, and that's just too easy. That is way too easy. Now, can they get transition the other way? Not Shai's just jogging it up, gets it to Dort. He's not going to do anything. And they don't get transition after Castle fell down. Here's Shai attacking to the right. Hartenstein had blocked off Wembanyama, but the dig, I think it was Fox who knocked it away.
And a good job to knock that ball because it looked like Wembanyama was not going to get over in time to really contest that due to the aversion of a Gortat screen.
All right, here's the clock. Sorry about that. Should have it in there now. And there we go. Now Shai up top, guarded by Vassell. They want to force him right into the help of Fox. Instead, he goes left, gets to his spot. Tough fadeaway. Woof! That was as good as you can contest a shot without actually blocking it. Everything has been tough jumpers now. Now Hartenstein trying to pressure Wembanyama, not letting him get into it. Underneath, Castle, dunker spot. Chet was too late. They had overloaded against Wembanyama, and he made the great pass to Castle underneath. Spurs offense looking good. Hartenstein trying to get in a position for a handoff. Chet guarded by Vassell, rips through. He's going to attack now, goes to a floater. That's a terrible shot. But Wallace, as Fox just lost it, looks at his hands in frustration. Shai with Vassell on his back. Dort doesn't take the three, now takes an even worse one, and it's not even close. That was horrendous.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah, I really can't stand watching him play offense. Again, they're going to try to pressure Wembanyama once more. Shai making that catch tough for Vassell. Back screen now set for Wembanyama. He can't get through it. Goes and gets the ball instead. Crossover. Looked for the step back. Now he cuts to the rim. Oh, he put it right on the head of Holmgren. Hartenstein played great defense to take it away, and then Victor back cut him and dunked it on Chet's head. What a dunk. And Mark Daigneault going with this group to start the game. Big surprise, -6. Again, the Spurs overload. Dort, another horrendous three. Why is he in the game? I can't believe this. This is so bad. Now Victor on the attack again. Takes off. Weak side Vassell. They're going to go up 13-4 here. No, it's short. Shai trying to restore order, but Mark Daigneault doesn't even have anyone at the table yet. Here's a pick and roll high. Shai into the corner. Oh, yeah, let's give it to Dort. Almost threw it away. Did throw it away. They might have just lost the game with this starting lineup. Victor now being pressured in the backcourt, falls down. They don't give it to him. No, they do give it to him. Couldn't see a referee making the call on that angle.
And remember that Lou Dort in the first 3 quarters of game 6 went 1 for 6 from 3. And it's not the 1 for 6 that's the problem. It's the 6 that's the problem. They're giving him a lot of these shots. And so it compromises the Thunder offense too much to have him on the floor.
That was a ridiculous flop by Victor, by the way.
Agreed. And usually a Mark Davis crew, not great about, or they're good about not rewarding flops, but that one was in the backcourt. It's a good call.
Yeah, I mean, because it would have been a turnover. So Caruso is in now for Dort. Congratulations. You just punted away 6 points. That's usually about what it is. Hartenstein almost set a legal screen there. Champagny is on Shai. They try to flatten the floor out. Shai gets in. Finds Hartenstein underneath. Quick floater. Man, he's good with that. He didn't even bring it down below his shoulders.
A no-dip floater.
Yeah, and again, the Spurs or the Thunder really need to engage Wembanyama. Again, that's one of the big things at the start of the series. Get into his body offensively and then make the pass. Fox, his first attack, going to his right. Fires the 3 over Wallace. Fox with the jumper. That's a big shot for De'Aaron Fox as it's now 13-6.
The Thunder should also be bringing more backcourt pressure here when the Spurs are bringing it up.
Shai, nope. Fox cuts right in front. Hartenstein is exhausted. He's not even trying to get back. 2-on-2. Wembanyama into the front court. Kick out. Vassell wide open. Shai didn't get back into it either. Good box out, though, by Wallace on Wembanyama. Everyone is exhausted here. We've had little in the way of stoppages. Fox trying to pressure up on Shai now. Between his legs. Shai gets him on his back, floats, and scores. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 2 for 2. Victor did not get up there. Everyone is really tired right now. Champagny fires the 3. That goes down. 16-8, San Antonio. Now Caruso looking to attack. No, he got it picked. Fox has been brilliant on defense. Here comes Vassell going right at Holmgren. Too high. Oh, no, but nobody got back. The Thunder, Hartenstein and Shai, again, were beaten down floor by Castle, and this is exactly the start that San Antonio wanted.
And on that last play, Caruso didn't actually trust Chet Holmgren enough because he basically tried to play the block as well, and instead he just vacated the lane for Castle. He might not have known Castle was there. Yeah, this is a disastrous start for the Thunder, and some of it was personnel. And I actually think that you could argue that the Thunder should be behind by more because the Spurs missed a couple in terms of the quality of shots. I think it has been markedly advantaged Spurs, and so this could be a little bit more stark than it has been.
Yeah, 8 for 11 from the field for San Antonio. They've got 5 transition plays, 5 transition points, and the Thunder, none of those. And we've only got... in this game, we've had 2 fouls called, none of them for free throws. So that was a withering start to the game.
So, Nate, I think one of the biggest stories so far is that the Thunder already have 4 half-court turnovers. And San Antonio has done a great job digging. They've done a great job helping. And yes, it was exacerbated by Lou Dort being on the floor. But even after he came up, there was that nice steal by De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, the turnovers. Fox has, again, the overloading. Fox got the steal with that. They are just bringing that weak side defender all the way over in the lane. And especially when you don't have a shooter worthy of the name on the weak side, you can totally get away with that. And the passes that they expect to be there, they're so worried about Victor. They try to throw that pass into the lane and then someone else is there. So because of the defensive gravity of Victor, you don't see the other guys.
So I talked about how the Thunder, I think, have gotten a little bit fortunate, I would say, in terms of what has happened so far, is that they've turned the ball over 4 times. All of those were live ball steals. Credit to the Thunder transition defense that only 2 of those have become actual transition chances and 0 transition points. Overall 4, but those were non-transition. So this could have been a little bit worse for them. We got an interesting question from IMIB. Does the fact that modern basketball, especially playoff basketball, has become a game of positive feedback loops, is that good? I think that it makes the game harder to play, and it makes it so that leads aren't as safe as they were before. But in terms of whether it's a good or a bad product, I have an appreciation for it, because I mean, going back to that Thunder Pacers series last year, like I thought it was a very watchable series, but it does also lead. I think that's a part of why we've seen some real blowout. You see some runs because it's feedback loopy. And so, like, for example, in this series, there hasn't been a truly close game since game one. There hasn't been a game decided by single digits since game two.
Yeah, you make a good point there. I think in terms of the aesthetics of the game, I would say it is good, because it's just fun to see guys running up and down, covering more ground, guys playing hard. Hopefully, you definitely haven't heard a single thing in the playoffs recently about NBA players not playing hard. Yeah, this is a good look at this. You see where Wallace is usually on Castle. He steps up. Victor, beautiful, no look underneath. And Holmgren had the weak side corner, but because Victor does the no look, he doesn't get over there quickly enough. And then this dunk. I mean, look how does he dunk on him like that? Look where he catches it. And just that is unbelievable. And it happened so fast. I was like, usually I can tell a dunk is about to happen, but when he catches the ball above his head and takes off from there, it's insane. So Shai is still in, Cornet is in. Castle got over the screen, but Wallace free to fire the three. Hartenstein beat Cornet to the rebound. Kick out McCain. No, it's not good enough. You got to get your feet set. Let's try again here. Going to work the baseline. Cornet is on him. Hartenstein was wide open. Pass fake by Caruso. Leads to this for Wallace. Yes.
And that was really nice work from Caruso. He knew it was one guy defending two, so he fakes to the basket, which is the more threatening shot, to get an open three.
Wallace trying to make Castle's life difficult. Hedge by McCain, leading to this open three by Vassell. They go right after Jared McCain. And that was one of the reasons why. Oh, what an inside-out dribble by Caruso. And he scores on. Oh, man. This guy's skill level is so underrated.
I would have tried to play him 35 in this game, just to see in one
they
shot.
Might still. He might start second at Castle. Bludgeons his way into Shai and gets the and one. That's a little good for the goose, good for the gander there. Castle with the off arm knocked Shai back. Shai jumps forward, and the foul is committed.
That is the third team foul on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Nobody has more than one. The Spurs have committed 0 fouls in this game. And I haven't seen like a non-call, like a bad decision there. The Spurs just aren't fouling.
No, I haven't seen much either. But, I mean, Oklahoma City has to get back in the game right here, because and they're down, I think, we're tied now in the quarter minutes. They got blasted on these in game 11-0 in the third quarter of game number 6. Here comes Shai, pick and roll. Finds Hartenstein underneath. No, another steal. And yes, they do have it. It's Harper, deflection by Champagnie. Harper, does he show the ability to attack the basket? Vassell, eluding Caruso, goes in, kicks out, left-handed pass. Champagnie. Oh, yeah. Beautiful offense there by the Spurs, and they are up 14. Could the Spurs just blow out Oklahoma City here? Screen set by Hartenstein. Kick it out. McCain, stopped by Champagnie, knocked down. Back on the ball. Loads it up and scores. What a finish there. Just over the fingertips of Cornet.
Jared McCain's finishing in some of these games has been truly impressive. Not something that I really loved about him in his rookie year.
Harper trying to put on the Jets. Didn't quite look to have the explosion that time. Castle, tough three. That's a horrible shot, too. Caruso, they don't give him the foul. Can Shai attack here? In transition, steps through. McCain, they need it? Yes.
And Castle exacerbated his mistake by going for the rebound too late. And so instead of getting back in transition defense, and that facilitated the open shot. You have to pick your spots as a go guy, and that was a bad spot to pick.
And I like this time out by Mitch Johnson. Even if he doesn't come back to Wembanyama here, it gives him more of a rest.
In terms of true shots, it is advantage Spurs 16-13. They have forced turnovers on 1/3 of Oklahoma City possessions so far, when they have not turned the ball over at all yet. 0 turnovers for the Spurs. And offensive rebounds, offensive rebounds are, I think it's 3-1 in favor of the Thunder, but that doesn't offset the margin. And the Thunder have 3 offensive rebounds, but they only have 3 second chance points. And the Spurs have only 1 offensive rebound and have 2. So it's 8-3 transition for the Spurs in favor of the Spurs, only 3-2 second chance in favor of the Thunder. And then the Spurs are ahead in half court. We talked about the turnovers earlier.
Yeah, and hope all of you who are Dunked On Prime members are following along on Prime Stats as well, checking out the live box score and all that stuff. I can just share my screen, show it to y'all if you want right now. If we got time.
It's extremely cool.
Let's see.
So while you're pulling that up, Ben asked, if you're the Knicks, are you hoping the Spurs win? And my answer is no. But the significant reason why is because of the injuries to the Thunder. So if the Thunder were full strength, it becomes a more complicated question. But with AJ Mitchell and J-Dub, some version of compromised, even for the next series, that is enough to tilt it that I would rather play the Thunder. And it was a close call before that.
Yeah, so if y'all are subscribers to Dunked On Prime, you just go to primestats.net and you can log in through your supporting cast account. Although, unfortunately, the special circumstances pricing, we don't have that set up yet. So apologies on that, but we will get to that eventually. Appreciate everyone saying that. This is only about probably a third of what we're eventually going to have, but wanted to show you guys at least a little proof of concept. Yeah, appreciate that. This is every single choice was just painstakingly
as someone not directly involved in the site, I will tell you how hard Nate and the other people who did work on the site, which is not me, did. It's been impressive labor, and I've been, Nate and I have been tooling around with it for months, but it's incredible. I'm really excited about what you guys will see. Yeah,
thank you for the comment on the aesthetics. We hired an actual graphic designer / artist to do some of the stuff, so hopefully when you guys will see, most of them are in stuff that's not up yet, but there's a lot of great artwork on seminal moments in NBA history that will show up on the site. So hope y'all are checking it out. Let's see if I can give you guys anything else here. Let's take a look at we can see what it looked like just with Lou Dort on the floor. That score was 10-4. All right, we'll get you back to our ugly mugs here.
Sorry.
Well, let y'all sync up as well. Oh yeah, I was supposed to actually do the sync, huh? Let me see if I can get that. All right, so where are we here?
Castle's dribbling up, getting pressured by Caruso. Wembanyama is back on the floor.
Yeah, maybe they're just going to stick with him as Castle gets stopped underneath Jay Will with a nice play. Going to try to get you all synced up here. There's another OKC turnover. And then another. I've just watched this out of the corner of my eyes. I try to sync up here. Shai trying to draw the foul. Can't do it. Oh, no, they do give him that call. Don't like that call. Don't like that call right there.
And I think Stephon Castle's playing a little out of control here. He gets that loose ball and isn't thinking about somebody potentially being behind him and gives it up to Jared McCain. Watch McCain here. Just grabs it. And so Castle, and he did that drive where he was out of control and didn't really have a finish. He still played. I think he's played fine overall, but like this, when you have an advantage position like the Spurs, sometimes it becomes about not making your own mistakes and just trusting you to get better shots. And Castle's being a little bit not trusting enough of his teammates.
Yeah, well, it's mostly an audio product. So Shai, couple of free throws. That, of course, has been a bellwether. Fox and Harper now in the backcourt for San Antonio, and it's back within 7. OKC is somewhat stabilized here. And Keldon Johnson, they're going to set that 45 screen for Harper going at McCain. See, I think they should just get out of, if they got McCain on Harper, just get out of his way. Now Victor looking to post up against Jay Will. Caruso trying to come over. Victor just shoots over him, way long, tie up there, and Shai has it. McCain on the push. He's got Caruso on his left. crosses the formation back to Shai. Again, little in the way of transition, but Shai has Fox, who he likes. McCain, cut off beautifully by Harper. Nothing doing there. Now he'll interact with Shai. Go screen through. Shai late in the clock. Tough three off the heel, but a nice rebound by Jay Will. Holmgren, not a good idea. He'll pass it. Shai going to try Fox again. They help off at Jay Will. He needs to make this. Nope. He's gone ice cold since that crazy game 3. His deal with the Devils seems to have expired. Vassell wasn't looking. Lucky to recover. He'll attack and pick and roll. Gets Shai on his back. Fires the mid-ranger. Left it short.
I haven't liked this offensive process from the Spurs over the last 3-4 minutes. They're settling for some contested shots instead of really working early clock.
McCain just in and out. Rebound Holmgren, and they will say no shot on that rebound. Only the second team foul on San Antonio, but with Victor out contesting the McCain 3, and because they're in semi-transition, they can't load up as much. Victor had to get out there, and that left the boards exposed for Holmgren.
Offensive rebounding is one of the ways Chet Holmgren can put an imprint on this game. He has to some extent defensively, but it's been limited offensively. But if he can get to the basket, the Spurs are incredibly small with everyone other than Victor Wembanyama. There are opportunities for rebounds.
So now Jay Will is out. Kenrich is in. Does he guard Wembanyama or is it Chet? Chet on the roll. Triple team. Kick out. That's the right pass there. Kenrich? Nope. Caruso tried to go for the offensive board. Wembanyama has it. It's going to be 4-on-4 here for a moment. Fox, Vassell, nope, couldn't handle it. Now Harper, he'll try. Beautiful behind the back, cut off nicely by Kenrich. Tries to step through. I thought he walked there, but he got the right-handed finish.
I
Beautiful
think that
work.
left foot moved, but
yep.
Didn't call it.
Now Shai against Keldon Johnson. Gets through, fires, nope. Tried to draw the foul, wanted it. Now he and Chet are both behind the play, just jogging back. Vassell just goes right in. And a foul is called. Shai and Holmgren don't even try to get back that time.
I like that push from Devin Vassell. He doesn't have a great enough handle to be a full-time creator, but if you don't have guys back, you can.
All right, watch the left foot here. Oh yeah, he walked. That they missed that completely. That was an obvious call.
Tibbin.
I mean, it's tough though because he was kind of shielded off. Probably didn't get a great look at it. So a couple of free throws for Devin Vassell. Yeah, it's a good question on the tweener bigs. We'll have to discuss that.
Probably the quarter break will be our next full stoppage. Yeah, it is an interesting question.
Spurs back up double digits and make it 11 after that Vassell free throw. So this we haven't really seen a half court possession yet. San Antonio's been running it down the Thunder throats right now. Don't get really good contact on the screen. Shai inside out dribble. Victor coming over strong side. Again, that's that weak side. They get it there too slow. Kenrich on the drive. Chet doesn't take that 3. Tries to get his man in the air. They have just not been good enough as passers. Now Caruso has to get Fox in the air. Fires. Left it short, but they can't beat that overload. The pass was to the weak side corner. They don't get it there. And then Chet had the open 3, but he's too slow on the release. And now they're going to get more transition. I thought Vassell should have gone up there. Now, and then Victor cut, and that was Champagne's fault. He threw the first pass, and that was a pass fake. Usually, if you don't throw it there, yeah, go cut. But then he just threw it right to the spot he had cut away from.
Yeah, and Champagne knows it. And the other problem against the overload is like if that's Kenrich Williams, like he's not a great creator in those circumstances, and he can hit some shots, but you'd love for it to be a little bit more dangerous a player to attack that overload.
I thought he actually drove and got Chet an open 3, and he just didn't take it. So Chet is out now. They need to make more contact on these screens for Shai. There's the overload again. They missed the weak side corner again. Instead, Caruso takes a contested 3. Inside Williams. He's a great rebounder for his size. Doesn't play that much, but he beat Fox there. The lack of a power forward size guy. Now Fox putting the Jets on. Pass fake out. Now gets it out. Not a great shooting group, perhaps. Wembanyama going through Hartenstein, and they're going to say foul on Hartenstein on the floor, but it'll be free throws. Hartenstein got hit in the face, apparently.
We'll see. I think this might be the fourth team foul on the Thunder. So the call of this being shooting or non-shooting is pretty important.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he elbowed him right in the face first. I could see this being a challenge here.
And get it to an offense foul. This would be Wembanyama's. It would be his first personal.
Yeah, I mean, does he check him with that? All right, so yeah, it looks like we are going to have a timeout here, and I'm guessing it's going to be a challenge.
According to the official box, they also called Daigneault for a technical here. So it seems like this is a challenge, but they called the tech, and even if the call gets reversed, you don't get the tech back. So here we go. I want to take it the contact of Hartenstein's left hand timing versus Wembanyama.
Yeah, let's see if we've got access to what they're looking at. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's going to be really close. Yeah, I mean, because I don't, that left hand, that's not necessarily a foul either, because that's not necessarily disrupting his rhythm. But yeah, I mean, he definitely gets that elbow up there pretty good. So to give you just some raw stats here, 134 offensive rating for San Antonio, 31 points on 23 possessions, and Thunder now struggling to score, down to a 100 offensive rating. And they have had a weird run at the possession game, 50% offensive rebounds, 27% turnovers, where the Spurs have done little of either.
And that's led to San Antonio having twice as many transition plays. It's 8-4 there and 10-5. So they're double in plays and double in points scored. Oh, here we go.
So that's tough for OKC, the bad call and the challenge. I mean, I think, to me, if you're going to challenge it, don't get a technical. Save your technical for the call you're not going to challenge. But maybe we'll have to see if that weighs in the referee's minds, even unconsciously. So that does wipe 2 free throws off the board, but that possession is still worth a point. Is this the technical, or is he still talking? Is this live? Yeah, I guess this is. So Victor hits the technical free throw. Yeah, I mean, he just continues to go after him. There's just no reason for that. A cross screen for Shai. Victor gives him a bump. Shai with Castle getting in there. Again, there's the overload. Williams is wide open. He's got his hands up. They don't get it to him. McCain will try and drive. Floats it way up. Hartenstein got pushed, and they are not yet in the bonus. And it doesn't really do a ton of good for OKC shot clock-wise, because they'll only get a fresh 14. Spurs will still get another possession. Does at least give them 8 more seconds to work with, however.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I do like the Thunder approach on the offensive glass. They just got to do it on the other end and not give up, a 134 offensive rating. McCain fires another 3-pointer. That is a huge shot, and there 7 is as close as it's been.
And Victor, Fox was sleeping there. I don't know why he deviated so far on being on kind of the strong side.
Yeah, I do think the Harper over Fox would be my approach right now. Don't force him to the help. Instead, Victor against the overload. Fox left it short. Wallace, can he get anything here? Down to 1, fires it from way out. Ooh, looked like it had a chance momentarily.
And so that is the end of the first quarter, 32-25 in favor of the Spurs. They're winning they're losing the possession battle now. It's 25-22 because of that torrent of Thunder offensive rebounds. But Spurs still have a big advantage in transition, and then they've been way more efficient in half court offense. And that's, to me, is the big story so far. Half court offense so far, the Thunder have 6 made shots, 6 of 14 from the field, and 5 turnovers just in transition. So that's a tough ratio to survive. So they have 0.63 points per half court play. The Spurs are double that at 1.25 points per half court play.
3-point shooting, 4 of 8 for San Antonio, and OKC at 3 of 13. Transition points are 10-5. Spurs have gotten up half of their 3-pointers in transition, as has been their want.
So I think we get back to that question from P. Hughes. Asked if the tweener bigs like Jaren Jackson, Chet Holmgren, and Evan Mobley struggle in the playoffs due to only being okay shooters, not strong and not good enough to off the dribble or the offensive glass. I think that's part of it, because now it's important to note that Chet Holmgren was the second best player on a team that won the championship last year. And because J-Dub was hurt and he was playing through it, but he was hurt. But you have to have a strong defensive foundation around it. And the shooting is an important factor, because like Evan Mobley, he wasn't impactful enough offensively. I think that was an important part of the Cavs struggles, was that he couldn't make life easier enough on Mitchell and Harden. So I think it is a challenge, but I think that you can build a successful team with those guys in it.
Yeah, and also if they can play center or power forward, it's nice. But yeah, a lot of it comes back to where Mobley, I think he can be effective going at smaller guys one-on-one off the dribble. But unfortunately, Chet really can't. So was Chet actually their second best player? Well, he certainly was awesome in the first 2 rounds against worse teams, and mostly you play worse teams. But no, I think J-Dub, clearly a healthy J-Dub, is a more important player than Chet Holmgren. But this is the absolute worst matchup for Chet that there is.
Long John asks if there's any way that Denver could get Mobley or Jaren Jackson Jr. No, I mean, first of all, Jaren's not going to get traded. His play for the Jazz has been pretty sparse so far. And because Denver, Nate and I did their offseason breakdown for Dunked on Prime subscribers, they're extremely asset poor, not only in terms of the picks they have available to trade, but also in terms of the players that are assets that they're willing to trade. Like, okay, maybe if they're willing to throw Jamal Murray into the deal, but I don't think the Cavs would be super interested in Murray, and I don't think that the Jazz, I mean, they already have Keontae. So I think that it's really hard for Denver to get better, especially with their ownership.
Yeah, and especially because their ownership has frittered away a number of assets to get cheaper over the years. And at the same time, they also have not negotiated on any extension for a real player.
Mm-hmm. Got a comment of, unfortunate that Chet's worst matchup is the most important one. True, but it's also worth remembering that it would be a tough matchup for basically anyone in that circumstance too.
So Shai is staying in. Interesting. He's going to go right at Victor. Yeah, he can get that right into Victor's chest. If he gets downhill against Victor, he's going to score on him pretty easily, because he can just get that forearm into his chest and knock him backwards. Not that I approve of that not being a foul, but might as well use it. Castle off the screen by Wembanyama. Kick out Harper. That's the right pass. Using the gravity of Wembanyama's role to set up Harper, who has been all of a sudden excellent from the outside the last 2 games. Shai going to get the screen from Hartenstein. Same play they just ran. Gets into him. Same move. Castle gets back into the play. Caruso, that's the right pass. 3-pointer. Barnes was late getting out there, and Hartenstein held Wembanyama. This will be a foul in the rebounding action.
And in some ways, that Wembanyama one-armed attempt for the rebound, that shows the referee what the other player was doing and makes it easier for call. Now, you risk not getting the rebound, but you make it easier for the call to happen.
And that Shai play was a perfect encapsulation of why Harrison Barnes just has never been any good defensively. Is Shai is right behind Harrison Barnes. He could help and block that shot with no cost, as here's Harper going right at Chet. Chet beautifully pulled the chair on him. Now Castle waiting for a screen. Wembanyama coming off the screen, weak side. He'll fire. No, underneath Barnes. Barnes against Chet. close to a 3-second violation. Kicks out. Castle has to fire a late clock. In and out. McCain on the rebound. McCain on the spin. Shai now getting a rest. They wanted to get off to a good start, running that play a couple of times. Hartenstein going to interact with Chet. Chet gets the screen. Nothing really doing there. Barnes went down. McCain looking to attack. Pushes off on Harper. Fires, and it's short. Hartenstein was held by Wembanyama.
And so that will be Victor's second personal foul, first team foul. Each team has one foul so far. Early fouls in the second and the fourth, something I always watch.
Yeah, both fouls committed by Wembanyama on Hartenstein. Let's see if he gets them here. Yeah, he's kind of tangled up there with him a little bit. But, yeah, once the guy's going for the rebound and you're still engaged like that, you're going to get called for the foul defensively. McCain will set the screen. Now tries to go out there. Wallace on the attack. Left it for Hartenstein. Hartenstein way up there. Seriously. Anybody else in the entire league, Wembanyama blocks that shot. Harper got the switch. Castle on the roll. Chet helped out. That's the right pass. Barnes 3. Nope. Game 7, Harrison Barnes in effect, but another rebounding action foul, and this will go in favor of OKC as well.
And that foul was called on Champagny. That is his second. That is his first.
Look how high he gets this. That is over the backboard.
Well, it has to be over the backboard to get over Wembanyama.
It does. I mean, I wonder if Victor could touch the top of the backboard. He probably could. How high is that? I wonder. All right, tried the blind pig action. Nope, taken away. Good pressure there by Wembanyama. That's some of the stuff they tried to do successfully in Game 5, and Wembanyama denied the pass to Hartenstein on the ball reversal. 16 to shoot for OKC. And Barnes will take a seat, as will Castle. Cornette was at the table as well. It looks like he may have been waved away here. McCain setting the screen for Wallace. Now they want to set it with Hartenstein. McCain getting Champagny on his back. Champagny competes to get back around. And, the nice bounce there by McCain. Lucked out on that one. And we got a game here. It's down to 4. OKC's half-court defense stiffening. Good pressure. Fox gets around it. Good peel switch by McCain, but it didn't matter. Nice finish there by Fox. Caruso's pressure, and Fox turned the Jets on.
And Nate, Jared McCain is the leading scorer in this game for either team with 10 off the bench.
Now Wallace working against Harper, who cuts him off again. Man, that guy's got great moving feet. Now Hartenstein got open. This is way out there. Nope, a little too far that time. Chet got engaged with Carter Bryant behind the play. Harper should just go right at him here. Instead, he finds Wembanyama for 3. Yeah.
On balance, Wembanyama under control. That is a shot he can make consistently, even if I think some of the other stylings for him offensively aren't there yet. That he can do.
Yeah, Fox complaining to John Goebel. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he stepped out of bounds. Yeah, but I do think, well, that was a good pass to Wembanyama. They've been like setting screens when Harper is guarded by McCain, just especially in a semi-transition situation. Harper should just blow right by him. McCain cannot handle him.
So Khalil Griffin said the top of the backboard is 13 feet high. Wembanyama's measured reach jumping is 12.6.
When was that measured?
I don't know. Maybe because I don't know what he did at the combine. It was a long time ago.
I think that was maybe the last year before they had to do it. Is he in the database?
So David said, Hartenstein more valuable than Holmgren in this series? Yeah, I would say that he has been so far.
Yeah. He's like is he like their second best scorer in the half court? Maybe their third behind McCain?
And at times Alex Caruso, but it's...
I guess that's true. Caruso is you probably say he's been more valuable. He's had some massive games.
And considering Hartenstein, the ascendance, though, from where he was, from game 1, where he got completely marginalized, and then Daigneault reacted after that.
Yeah, so luck-adjusted score right now, 35-34 Spurs. Thunder, 3 of 14 from downtown. Spurs, 6 of 12. That's where most of that comes from. Both teams have been effective from two-point range, and neither team doing much at the foul line so far. Thunder have quelled the turnovers somewhat, but have 8 offensive rebounds to 1 for the Spurs, so they lead in true shots 31-27.
And San Antonio overall 6 of 12 from 3 compared to 3 of 14 for the Thunder. That's why the luck adjusted sees it as a very tight game.
Yeah, and we also, I think we mentioned this before, but second chance points 10 for the Thunder.
Mm-hmm. And relatively late in the first quarter, that was 2. It was 3. So they've gotten a lot. They've been a lot more successful. So somebody said, we need Kenny Atkinson to talk about the luck adjusted stat. Are the luck adjusted that we have just did not agree with Kenny Atkinson on that series? I'll put it that way from what I recall.
No, and their stuff is more granular because it actually shows how contested each shot was. But it's, I mean, ours is quick and dirty, only based on the play-by-play, which is all we can have access to at this point in time. But
so Shape asked about if Caruso would be conference final. We're back to game. We'll talk about that later.
Shai remains on the bench here. Chet and Jay Will are the big combinations. Wallace looking for McCain. McCain got shoved down. They don't call it, or maybe he just tripped himself. They're switching. McCain working on Harper. Caruso moving off the ball. Good go and catch. Left it short. Williams, there's another second chance point. They've got 12 already now.
Great job getting to that spot. They didn't even sacrifice anything in transition defense. I really like that from Jay Will.
Yeah, and again, it's Caruso. He missed it as Fox gets past Caruso. Bryant passes a little bit off. He couldn't get the shot off. Still 8 to shoot. Bryant back to Fox. He'll try Caruso again. Deep 3 for Fox. No, missed it. Here comes Case and Wallace looking to cut into this 7-point lead. Screen set by Chet. He rejects it. Wallace off the dribble. No, over the backboard. That was, wait, hold on. Yeah, okay. It's definitely out of bounds. Just the baseline referee didn't call it. And Shai going to come in. Got about a 3-minute rest here.
And Chet Holmgren there, neither of them was called. He set an illegal screen wider than his body and then flopped to try to draw a foul. And I believe that was Dylan Harper after the illegal screen, neither of which was called.
Now they'll move Wallace onto Fox. Wallace, probably a superior on-ball defender to Caruso. And now Fox off that 45 pick and roll. No advantage. Nope. Wallace let him go. Fox drives. Somebody got a strip. I think it was Shai out to Harper. He's going to drive hard. Oh, he tried to dunk it on Chet, and Chet got the stop. Caruso running the floor. What a pass by Shai. Caruso? No, can't finish. His finishing magic hasn't worked out. He got a deflection, but the Spurs still have it. Fox finding Bryant running the floor. What a finish in transition. Bryant flew into the cameras. His teammates help him up. Again, Shai not trying to push the basketball at all, but he knows he's going to have to play 41 minutes in this game. He'll work on Fox. Gets to his spot. Spin. Yes. Stripped. Foul. That, I think, we'll see whether they judge that as on the pass off or the shot.
And so that foul is on De'Aaron Fox. That is his first personal
what
third
a
team
block.
Foul.
This is, I mean, so he missed it the first time and then turned his hand around and blocked it. And then Carter Bryant, he got fouled on that too.
Yeah.
So they do judge that as shooting foul in favor of Shai, but he rims out the free throw. Caruso will get a break. The dreaded Dort returns. And again, this is not a totally shooting challenge lineup, but not as much as they might want to have with Dort in the game. I think Caruso is just going to rest for absolutely as short as they can stand. What is the what are the numbers in the Wembanyama off minutes? Two missed free throws by Shai. That's one of the first times he's actually gotten into the paint and gotten a foul in this series, frankly.
Wemby off 12-11 in favor of the Thunder.
Okay. Here's Castle up to Cornette. Nope, can't get the dunk, but they do get the foul. Now, this better not be a shooting foul because Chet didn't get that same call in Game 6. I mean, I guess it's a different crew, but...
Well, no, it should be a shooting foul because it always should be a shooting foul.
Yeah, I mean, that one, he actually hits his arm, too. Yeah, he starts moving towards that. That is maybe a smidge closer to being a shot than the Chet one, and it will, in fact, be a shooting foul. What will it take for officials to start calling flopping technicals? Well, the definition of it is shockingly narrow. Basically, it's not that you're falling down. You have to fall down and then wave your arms around in a completely ridiculous manner.
It's the way that the rule is crafted now, it's a lot easier to actually call it after the fact than in the moment.
So tough exchange there for the Thunder. 2 missed free throws for Shai, 2 makes by Cornette. This is Wallace looking to hand off to Shai. Carter Bryant forces him away, but Shai drains the 3. That's a huge shot. Shai has looked pretty good with his jump shot in this game. I think they should keep running that play, and we're going to get a timeout here. I think we'll get Wembanyama back in the game.
And the Thunder doing some backcourt pressure there. I think that also helped inspire Mitch Johnson to call that timeout. And I liked Shai. It was a version of rejecting the screen there, where he
he shoved him. He shoved him right in the chest. That's when how he did
rejecting with your body, not with your off arm.
Yeah, well, that's actually let's talk about that. We'll use the shot chart on off here. That was just talked about in the comments. Let's see. San Antonio is 8 of 11 at the rim right now, and with Victor Wembanyama on, that is 6 of 8. The Oklahoma City Thunder, Victor Wembanyama on, are 1 of 2 at the rim, although they are 4 of 6 in the upper paint. A couple of those have been pretty close. But yeah, both of those were floaters, though, as I look at exactly what they were. And then Victor Wembanyama off the floor.
As it's been logged, the Thunder only having 2 attempts inside 5 feet with Vic on is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, and then they're 3 of 5 when he is off the floor in the Cornette minutes. Offensive rating still 129.4 for San Antonio. That number, Oklahoma City is not going to win this basketball game unless that number comes down significantly. I don't think this is going to be a game where the Thunder can put up a 120. And
we'll see what lineup Mark Daigneault goes to after here. But the lineup that was on the floor before the timeout was Dort, Holmgren, Jay Will, Cason Wallace, and Shai. I don't think Lou Dort has a real place to be in that lineup. They could go with either McCain or Caruso, or because you need somebody else who the other team has to respect.
Yeah, my guess would be they looked at the film in the last game and felt like Castle just had too easy of a matchup against Shai. And so that's why they wanted to start Wallace and just get better on-ball defense. This is, if the Thunder are going to win this one, I think it's going to take a hell of an effort. The Spurs are playing pretty well. Fox looks the best that he's looked in the series. Harper is back to at least looking decent. And, they're missing J-Dub and they're missing AJ Mitchell. There's so many Williams on the Thunder.
How long was that Victor Wembanyama rest? It was a couple minutes. I'll try to get the exact numbers.
Yeah, I mean, we're assuming he's coming back in. Yeah, so you left at the 8:57 mark. It's now 6:45, so it'll be about 2 minutes.
Victor Wembanyama is going to check in.
Now, and Kenny Atkinson, the luck-adjusted score, has the Thunder up by 1 right now. Yeah, I was talking about this game that they're actually showing right now of the Game 7 Pistons Spurs with John, of whether that would be one of the most consequential games of the century. And like, maybe, but it just, I don't know. Something about that series was pretty unloved. Castle picked up by Dort, and they want to post up Wembanyama here. Let's see where the help comes from. Chet going to be the low man. Wembanyama looking to work on Jay Will. Goes past him. Reverse. Twisting. Can't get it. Shai, is he actually going to push it here? Spurs are back. Good job by Victor after missing the layup. He got in front of the ball. Now Shai going to work on Champagnie. Behind his back. Crosses him over. In the corner. Jay Will, just not really his normal area. And Victor thought he got fouled. He's asking for a review. I don't think I would waste it here.
Especially because the upside is pretty low. It's not like it would generate free throws or anything else. And it's on a less consequential player too.
Wallace into Williams. Now Shai at the elbow. Castle is really physical with him. Gets him in the air. Tried to fire it. No foul. Tipped out. Rebounded by OKC. Shai splits it. Goes in. Oh, the dunk. He wasn't going to mess around on that one with Wembanyama closing. He's had a couple of big dunks in this series. Back to 6. Thunder crowd rising to their feet, at least on the near side. Here's Castle. Dort got through it. Wembanyama moves it. Beautiful pass. Champagnie. Nope. Rebounded by Jay Will. Dort going to push it up here. That's right. Just pass it back to a guard. Now Shai with Champagnie in transition. He tells Jay Will to go away. He wants to just take Champagnie. Fox trying to creep up to the nail. Wallace cuts through. Beautiful crossover by Shai into the lane. Chet underneath. No, a block from behind, but a foul. Oh, this one perhaps is one that they'll take a look at. As far as I could tell, it looked clean, but obviously too far away to really know.
Yeah. I think Wembanyama's saying don't challenge.
Yeah, let's see. That was, I mean, yeah, that actually was not a foul on Chet, the earlier play where it went out of bounds. And this one I think is going to be that Shai. Shai's looking really good, by the way. Like, he's getting way more separation than he was the last few games. Like, he as there's another missed free throw by the Thunder. Shai has brought it, I would say, at the level that he needs to. Just the defense hasn't been there.
The Thunder are currently 2 of 5 on free throws.
Yeah, that really hurts. And these are pretty decent free throw shooters. But a lot of game 7s over the years when they're close have turned on uncharacteristic free throw misses. Another 0 for 2. That really hurts. That was a heroic effort by Shai to get in the lane and set up Holmgren, and they get nothing for it. Same play they just ran. Jay Will is going to pick up the foul here on Wembanyama.
Third team foul, first foul on Jay Will.
Again, Spurs not really, or OKC actually is in the bonus, and now Caruso will come back in, presumably for the duration, and I presume that is Dort. No, it's not Dort that he's replacing. He's going to give Wallace a rest. So Wallace, maybe he'll come back in pretty quickly here. Dort trying to make it hard on Castle. Wembanyama's on the baseline here. They want to go after Shai and pick and roll. Dort just got right through it, no problem. Then Castle going right through Dort, but Dort stood tall, and Wembanyama couldn't get the offensive rebound. Dort trying to inbound it quickly here, but Shai not really too interested in pushing it up. He's going to have to play a lot of minutes. They'll set the screen at half court to get Champagnie on Shai. Shai, beautiful crossover again. There's the stump by Harper. Shai pulls back and drains it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they might have to think about changing up a little bit here to give up that soft switch to Champagnie. That's worked most of the series. Now Harper and pick and roll. They call the late switch. Caruso is on Wembanyama. Weak side. Vassell tried the twisting left. Here's Castle, and he might have got fouled there too. Castle on the offensive rebound. That was great action there. Too quick to call it. Here's Dort coming down. Leaves it for Jay Will. Yes. Nice cut by Lou Dort in transition. That was after a make by the Thunder.
And Lou Dort jumped up and got into Wembanyama's body to prevent the contest on the floater.
They go under the first screen. Now Victor could have maybe taken that 3. He wants to just go at Jay Will. Caruso's looking to come help. He goes away from him. Tried to draw the foul. No call. Harper offensive rebound. Wembanyama will fire the 3. Not quite on balance. Left it short by just that little bit that he was leaning back. He left it short. Chet Ooh, good thing he saw it there. They're going to try Champagny again through Shai. Harper creeping up. Chet was kind of in the way. They get it back to him again. Down to 10. With Victor coming over. Shai. Oh, baby. Wow. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has come to play. He doesn't care about the overload. He just shot it. He's got 17 in the game. 2-point game. Here's Victor working against Williams. No. Thunder can take the lead here. They throw it ahead. Caruso going to work on Harper. Oh, he kind of backed Harper off a little bit. Shai picked up by Harper. They want to go after Champagny again if they can figure it out. Oh, here comes the double. Into the corner. Jay Will underneath Caruso. Can he make the play? A little ball handling work. No, it got taken away by Castle. Caruso trying to run him down. Castle is fouled by Caruso.
So Nate, I think somehow you got ahead of me by more at some point during that stretch.
Yeah, I think my screen skipped. I'm going to try to resync. I'm at, yeah.
I would guess you're like a second and a half ahead of me.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll just try and pause for a second and a half. All right. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, let's see. Is this any kind of a flagrant here? That's close to a follow through there, I would say.
I love Harper sliding on the ground to prevent Castle from getting up.
I think that's a flagrant because he
too.
grabs his arm and pulls down. That to me should be a flagrant.
And didn't really make a good play on the ball. There's a risk of injury. There's follow through. I think that's a flagrant one.
Yeah, I mean, because that grab and pull down, that to me, it's not a basketball play. Like, that should be a flagrant. But they say the follow through, the grab and the pull down, that is the follow through that they are looking for in this analysis. Yeah, well, that's what you got to do. You got to pretend you're going to murder the guy. So yeah, let's see here. He's going to wind up. Yeah, that to me should be a flagrant foul. It's not a crazy one. I'll have to see what the referees say. And especially, that was a great play by Caruso.
So, Nate, tell me when the referee goes on the screen. We can use that to sync because we don't have time.
Okay. All right, so yeah, he never came on the screen for me.
Yeah, you're right.
So, all right, I'll tell you when Castle is shooting the ball, so we can. And I'll try to get the clock synced up.
So I guess they ruled it not a. Did they rule it not a flagrant?
Yeah, not a flagrant. All right, so and he shoots it now.
Okay, so you're still ahead. He shoots it now. It's in the air now. It's through the rim.
All right, so you can't accelerate.
I'll try. I tried before. Pause. I tried before. I'm as far ahead as I can be.
Okay, here, hold on. All right, hopefully that'll be good.
So Castle's dribbling and release.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We are, and he missed that free throw. So a 3-point game now. I'll try to get the clock synced up if I can. Clock's actually, I think, pretty good. Here is Shai against Castle from the elbow. Just shoots over him. Yeah, he's on fire right now. They did not want to double team him right there. And this is as hot as we've seen Shai in these playoffs. And he's doing it on really difficult shots. He's getting a ton of separation. Here's Fox. Caruso got through the screen. Fox going for the fadeaway. Oh, yeah. De'Aaron Fox has come to play tonight as well. Down to 3 again. Here's Shai finding Dort in an awkward area. Dort, no. Rebound Shai on the offense. Dort is open. That's a good 3. Finally, for Lou Dort, tie game. This has been a fantastic second quarter by the Thunder to get back into it here. And my thing paused again. Great.
Fox has the ball up top.
Yeah,
he's getting
I'm at 204, 203, 202.
Okay. I'm at 2 flat. I'm at 158, 57.
Here, I can try to go live again. So the Spurs just missed it. I'm not sure. So I'm at 51, 50, 49, 48,
Yeah,
47.
we're squared.
Okay, good. Now Castle trying to deny Shai that same elbow catch, pushes him out on the floor. They go weak side, finally get it to him. Only 6 on the clock now. Vassell going to double. Here's Jay Will. Goes to the free throw line jumper. Yeah, that was maybe a little bit too late. I mean, maybe the right double there, but they didn't get another rotator to the top. Wembanyama never came up there. Now Fox going to work pick and roll with Victor. Dort is on him. Fox backs him off. Lost it. Tried to get physical. Check goes down. That's me free throws. And let's see if they can actually make them this time.
That's the 5th team foul on the San Antonio Spurs. And so it's an over the backbreaker. Keldon Johnson didn't have a chance at that rebound.
Yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 19 points, 5 assists, 8 for 11 from the field. And he'd have 20 already if he weren't 2 of 4 from the line. He even got that offensive rebound.
The Thunder have a 118 offensive rating with Shai on. Is it actually? We talked about how their offensive rating how their Spurs need to get worse. That's happened, and the Thunder now are up to a 118. That's important too.
Yeah, second quarter offensive rating for San Antonio is an 89.5. Thunder are 135.
Damn.
And the luck-adjusted score is now 54-47. So for San Antonio now, I would like to see Harper back in this game if they're struggling to score. But just doesn't seem like Mitch Johnson's saying that way. They go to that 45 screen again. Gave it a little shove. Fox, Johnson just runs almost. I mean, he can only dribble in a straight line. Victor, I think he should have taken that 3 instead. Deflection by Shai. Good gap by Shai. And they only have 6 to shoot here.
And the Thunder defense has also been better during this second quarter. The Spurs have missed some shots, but I think they've done a much better job staying connected.
Here's Castle right down the lane. Chet. Oh, what a pass by Castle to get out of there. Fox, huge 3 here. It's good. 1-point game. Dort was a little bit in no man's land there, guarding Fox. That was incredible passing by Castle. I thought he was just going to get stuffed at the rim. Now Shai working on Castle. Dort will set the screen to go after Keldon Johnson. They double team. Dort on the roll. Nope. And Shai just didn't get back. Castle's going to go right through him here. Oh, no, Shai blocked it, but they never got back. Johnson may have got fouled on the rebound, but no one got back for the Thunder. Yeah, that was Dort just not good enough as a roll man there. That pass was out into space. He just wasn't expecting it. Now Caruso on the push trying to get the 2-for-1. Going to go right at Fox. Spin. Tried to draw the foul. Could not get it. About a 4-second differential. And Wembanyama will bring it up. Spurs with a nice response here. 5-0 run. Looking to make it more. They're going to involve Shai here in the pick and roll. Shai gets up to Hedge. Victor, no. Good deflection by Shai. Still with Castle. Wembanyama, look out. He's going to get... No, nice cutoff by Jay Will. Wembanyama off the glass. What a move. They get it to Caruso. He's going to push it hard. Gets the screen from Jay Will. Caruso fires the 3. Oh, just in and out. But San Antonio, a 7-0 response. And we have a classic Game 7 second half loading, I believe. I'm going to take a little break. We'll come back and experience it with you. All right, back here for the second half, and this is I got goosebumps right now. I think this is going to be an absolute classic that we're going to remember for a really long time. And what are the keys here as you see them in the second?
The Thunder threw the ball all over the gym in the very beginning of the game. San Antonio had 4 early steals. And then after that, they really tightened up their overall. They didn't turn the ball over that much after that. And then they started dominating the offensive glass, which leads to the big possession game split. 51-46 in favor of the Thunder. Second chance points, 17-6 in favor of the Thunder. San Antonio can make some more shots than they did, but the Thunder have been able to press some of these advantages really well, particularly in the second quarter.
And I will also say, too, that what the Thunder do at center. So they're actually starting Jay Will here and Caruso. Fascinating. They get Vassell switched on to Shai. Shai, oh, beautiful ankle breaker there. Open corner 3, missed. Kept alive by Chet, into Vassell's hands.
But the Thunder are back in transition defense because it took time longer to get the rebound.
Yeah, they wanted to attack that strong side corner with Victor guarding a shooter, but just couldn't make the shot. Now they try to go under. Vic sets it really low. Castle gets in. Passes too low for Fox. Now he just fires the 3 over Caruso anyway. Good box out on Castle. Caruso looking to push. This is the real lineup for Mark Daignault here with Shai on fire. They get Fox onto Shai. Shai working. Champagnie coming over. Now Victor is the low man. Here's Wallace on the attack. Caruso weak side. Good closeout by Champagnie. Caruso gets him on his back. Floats up. No. Rebound Victor. He contested it and got the rebound. Thunder did well to get back. Castle, they go under on him. He's not looking to take the 3. Vassell tries Jay Will. His jumper rattles in.
Devin Vassell's night so far, 9 points, 3 of 8 from the field. Most of that damage from 2.
Screen set at half court to get Vassell onto Shai. Chet weak side. Didn't throw it to Caruso. Now he finally does, but he's covered. Caruso just going to try Champagnie one-on-one, weak side. Here's Jay Will on the attack. Almost lost it. Caruso's like, here, give me the ball, please. Gets it to Jay Will. Floater. Yes, Hartenstein-esque.
Not quite the arc, but a big shot for Jay Will, who hasn't made his 3 in Game 7, but has made some 2s.
Now Castle, they'll switch this. Wembanyama, look out! Oh! How did he dunk it from that far away? Unreal dunk. Just a moment of miscommunication.
New charge circle line.
Shai on the attack. Victor blocks him from behind. No foul. Shai thought he got tripped. I don't know how he reached over him to block that. Let's see this dunk again. Please hurry up, NBC. No, we have to get the report instead of that unbelievable dunk. Shai at the elbow. This has been effective, but the pass was denied and over his head. Chet sets the screen. Champagnie is who he's had the most success attacking behind his back. Fox is trying to gap. Fade away 3 by Shai. They wouldn't let him even come close to penetrating inside the 3-point line, so he took the step back 3. Shai with the answer for Wembanyama. Now they switch Chet onto Victor. Victor is feeling it. Caruso going to help Victor off the glass. No, tips it out of bounds. Man, he had a beautiful move and just couldn't finish with his favored left hand. Now Caruso attacking Fox into the lane. Finds Chet. Well, just take the 3.
Take the shot.
For God's sake, Holmgren. Now Caruso, he'll take it and make it. 1-point lead for the Thunder as Jay Will. This is their best playmaking group here without McCain. Now Castle down the lane. He's out of control. Can Chet get it? He cannot. Still loose. Is Caruso going to get it? Out of bounds? Thunderball.
And I think this has been a rougher than you see on the statistics line from Stephon Castle. I think he's had some really bad decisions where it's not turnovers, but it's kind of like shooting turnovers where he just should have gotten out of it instead of taking a bad shot.
I can't believe Chet didn't take that first 3, but hey, good to great, or good for somebody else. Now Wallace with Castle again on Shai. Caruso will set the screen. Oh, he's open. They should have given it to him. Instead, the play was, though, to set it up. Here's Shai getting Castle in the air, and that Castle lost concentration because he got hit in the mouth with no call, and he then just jumped at Shai's pump fake. That time, they run this little pick and roll here. Let's see if Shai's going to catch him. Yeah, the exact play that Victor got. It was Hartenstein with, and then Castle, he was just kind of pissed off and he got out of control, and Shai is going to make that free throw.
Thunder missed 4 free throws in that first half. We'll see if that comes back. San Antonio.
Have we still not seen a replay of this dunk, by the way?
No, we have not.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, I know this is great it's been a great start for Shai, but like, how do they not? Are they going to never show that dunk?
No, they'll show it going to a commercial when the Spurs are doing well.
Shai up to 24 points and 5 assists. They go that 45 pick and roll again. Weak side with help from McCain leads to this from Champagne. That's the right pass. That they should run that 45 pick and roll over and over again because they're getting great looks out of that, and they go to Shai's side every time. Hartenstein is in. He'll set the screen at half. Dort is in as well. They got McCain in to get more shooting with that group. Weak side. Here's Wallace. Kick ball. No. Just intercepted by Fox. Fox pushing it. Shai trying to run him down. Gets the hand on it. Dort is on the ground. Dort still working. Still nothing. What is this? Timeout by Mark Daigneault. Or are they giving him the jump ball? No, it looks like it's going to be I don't know what Dort is complaining about here, but I still don't know what the call is here. Let's see. So Shai made a great play. He's made some great deflections offensively. Yeah, so no one has the ball here. Yeah, no one, they're fouling him. Mm-hmm. So I think they did get a timeout. And yeah, it's got to be a timeout here if there would be a stoppage otherwise.
And the Dort minutes now, it's only +3 for the Spurs, 27-24 after that disastrous start. But of course, notable that he did not open the second half on the floor.
This is why it's ridiculous that I was saying Shai was having a good series. This is what a good game looks like. No, this is like what an all-time game looks like, actually. But you'll recall that they spent the first 3 games double teaming Shai and gapping and giving up wide open threes because they were scared that he was going to do this.
And it's also part of the reason why I would be so reluctant, were I an actual voter, to give a series MVP to a player who isn't the team's best player, because a lot of Alex Caruso's shots were open because of the attention that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was generating. And so the idea, you could go through various ones over the years, but almost every series MVP should go to the team's best player, whether they have the stats or not, because it's their attention that is generating it for other guys.
Yeah. Or at least best offensive player.
Sure.
Not now when you throw in the defense, it gets a little harder, but
surprised that Dort and Hartenstein are playing together right now. Yeah, a little bit. But they didn't start either of those guys to begin the half, and so
and they don't have Chet out there right now either, do they? What's their lineup right now? Let me check.
Holmgren is not out there right now. It's Hartenstein is the only big.
Yeah, I thought Dort actually was much better in that second stint. He got the close of the second quarter now, but just it's him. And part of it is him, but they're never going to not start Chet or Hartenstein, I thought. And then they just started Jay Will and Caruso. That was an interesting move there. I think the main idea of that was just to change things up a little bit, just because they probably talked about how they're going to defend the same group at halftime, and also just to give maximum spacing for Shai. They wanted to go to that attacking of the strong side corner with Victor guarding the strong side corner.
So we got a question about which player outside of Wembanyama and Shai is the most important in the second half. To me, it's Stephon Castle, because there are a lot of other players that have substitutes and replacements. You can think about OKC's bigs and everything else, but Castle, he's going to be on the floor. He's going to have a big defensive assignment, and he's a very important part of how the Spurs offense flows. And a good time, he had that gorgeous pass to Champagne, and then a bad time with some of these forced shots.
Yeah, Thunder are winning the possession game right now, 58-52 in true shots. So yeah, this is that 45 pick and roll. So to me, Shai needs to be up way higher here. Don't let him turn the corner. Like, if they want to put 3 guys all standing up there, okay. And yeah, they stress McCain as the back side on that. I think that is all very carefully choreographed. They go at Shai and they make McCain the low man out of that 45 action. Shai trying to get open against Castle. Victor hounding him as well. Shai wants the ball, finally gets it. Victor's over on the strong side. He tried the pass, and we'll see, is that a kick ball?
And that should not be a kick because his foot was planted.
And also hit him in the knee, too. So good job by Victor preventing that pass to Hartenstein on the baseline. And we'll see. Oh, no, they are going to give him a kickball on that. His leg was slightly moving.
It's a net of 5 seconds.
Hartenstein going to screen for Shai. Here's the floater. Comes through. Finally, Victor got a good enough contest that time. Fox looking to break this tie. Gets it to Castle. Wembanyama picked up by Hartenstein. Wembanyama looking to draw the foul. Champagny in the corner over Dort. And Dort has committed a 3-shot foul. And good job there by Victor. He kind of picked up his dribble, trying to draw the foul, but then was able to make the pass afterwards.
So, Nate, we got asked a question from Luke of explaining the difference. We'll have these 3 free throws between a 4-5 pick and roll, 45 pick and roll, and horns.
Well, the 45 pick and roll is, and it used to be you ran it with your 4 and your 5 man. That's how the turn came into being. But it's basically 2 guys stand right next to each other, so it's impossible to go under the screen, and you set it way out by half court. And so you basically force the other team to get way up on the floor, or you're just going to get your ball handler coming right downhill at someone. So it's ironic that the Spurs have run it so much, because the Clippers basically beat the Spurs in that 7-game series in 2015 because of that play.
Yeah.
Missed free throw there by Champagny. He'll get one more. Mark Daignault electing not to challenge. We're probably going to stay, since we're so locked in on the game here, we'll probably stay away from some of the non-game questions here, I'm guessing. But
yeah, we'll see. If it tickles my fancy, we'll get to it at some point.
So Wallace brings it up against Fox. Shai is on the baseline here. That every play is for Shai. And we're going to get what here? This is going to be a hold on Vassell. Holding McCain? No, what is this?
No, I think they're calling it an offensive. I think they're calling it an offensive foul.
Vassell wanted him to look at it.
Oh, potentially for a flagrant?
Yeah, I didn't see what happened here. Let's watch it. He runs across. And then, so Vassell is saying he tried to grab his arm and pull him down.
Kind of did.
Yeah.
A little bit of like a semi-judo throw. I don't think that's a flagrant. The Caruso play was more of a flagrant than that.
Yes. So offensive foul McCain. There's a 45 pick and roll again. Kick out Champagny. Pick and pop. Bucket. They got to find a solution to that play. They got to get up higher so that they can't turn the corner and get the roll pass, I think. Shai almost was in the backcourt. He's going to go, he broke the ankles of Wembanyama. Steps back. And what a shot that was.
That was nasty.
Spurs went up 5. Shai came back. Castle off 2 screens. Gets to the corner. Johnson over Shai. Nope. Box out. No, Champagny has it. He got it over McCain. I don't know that McCain is it right now. I think they need to save him for the non-Shai minutes to the extent those even exist. Now, Victor was just holding the ball, sets the screen. Caruso apparates through it. Harper, pull up. Woo, baby. That was nice.
I think they should be setting more screens for Wembanyama as the ball handler. It's not something the Spurs do a ton, but they could get some separation.
Now Caruso, he just has Wembanyama timed out, but he just has not been able to finish in this game. He's missed 3 layups. Here comes Harper going right at McCain. Shai stops him, pass out, 3-pointer. Champagny is on fire. Timeout, Mark Daignault. And is there a foul on this too?
I don't think they called it, but Wembanyama is aggrieved about it. He got kind of fouled running. He claims he got fouled running the floor.
Look at this pull up by Harper. He didn't try to draw the foul. He just got the separation. Victor is open, but his roll down the rim opens up Champagnie for the 3-pointer. And that's a really nice pass by Harper too.
And this is a good response by the Spurs, 17-12 to start the third quarter, considering how good the Thunder offense looked in the second, to be able to defend them a little better, hit some shots. And it is, hitting shots when they didn't in the second, but that's important.
Yeah, 154 offensive rating for the Spurs here in the third. Yeah, and it's worth noting too, most of these plays that Champagnie is getting are all the gravity of Wembanyama either running the floor in transition or as a roll man out of these pick and rolls. He's set him up for that 3-shot foul, and then his gravity has set him up for a couple of those threes above the arc.
And by the way, Nate, I don't know if you were looking at that when the replay happened. It was absolutely a foul by Dort on Wembanyama. He basically tripped him when he was trying to roll to the basket.
Oh, he tripped him? I didn't see anything totally untoward there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it was a flagrant or anything like that, but it was a foul. And as the Spurs, you take the 3 instead of the foul there, but it was a foul by Lou Dort. And was Wembanyama grabbing his knee after he went down? It was kind of as he went down, but he seemed okay after. We'll have to monitor that though, but there's a risk.
So, and this has been a great shooting game by the Spurs. They are plus 11.8 points more than expected on jumpers. They're 8 of 14 on arc threes, 5 of 6 from mid-range, and have only made 2 out of 8 from the corner. So the Thunder are 8 of 13 from mid-range, plus 4.6, and they've only, interestingly, gotten up 3 corner threes in the game. Mm-hmm. But they are 5 of 18 on arc threes. So again, where they haven't really where the Thunder haven't really solved what they're doing that much is in getting that skip pass to the weak side corner. Shai's just been so good that the overloading that they're doing hasn't mattered.
And Nate, those 3 Thunder corner threes, only one of those was in Wembanyama's minutes, and they missed that one. That was the 3 that J. Will missed. All the rest of them have been in the cornet.
Yeah, and Wembanyama, 12 points, 5 of 11 from the field. He's only taken 1 free throw. This has generally been a low free throw game, but 9 of 11 for San Antonio, 6 of 10 for the Thunder. And Shai, 26 points, 10 of 14. And we'll have to see whether they're going to continue to try to get the ball out of his hands. They've brought him off the ball more initially, but he's been working hard to get it.
Got to ask the question, is there another player in the league who's more likely to be the best point guard sized guy in the league 2 to 3 years from now from Harper? If we're counting Shai, then it's still Shai. If we're not counting Shai...
Oh, here's the dunk finally.
Ooh.
Sorry, what were you saying?
So there was a question about, is there another player who's more likely to be the best point guard sized guy in the league 2 to 3 years from now from Harper? I think it might take Harper a little more time to be there. And if we're counting Shai, because Shai is currently a point guard in our position rankings, it'd be him. But if we're not, if we're not counting Shai, because he's like, I don't know, 6'5".
I mean, Harper is bigger than Shai is.
They're about the same size.
His size or his strength. All right, so back to work here. 8-point deficit for the Thunder. Harper is guarding Caruso. Shai is looking to set the screen. Caruso tries to get around him, and he just lost it. Don't try to draw a foul like that in this game 7.
Yeah, especially the Mark Davis crew. I mean, I think that was Tiven's call or no call in this case. And I didn't see a ton of contact there.
So now a quick sub here. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, no, that's just good defense right there. Like he's building the bridge to nowhere. Like where do you think you're going? Where you're going to get that foul? Like, yeah, if you're on your way to the basket, you get tripped, sure. But this incredibly important real estate right at the sideline. Now Victor trying to get open, and they're going to get a hold on J. Will, even though there was he appeared to indicate an elbow to the throat.
And theoretically could be a second elbow to the throat challenge for.
And now we have another offensive foul Caruso going to go inbound it. I didn't see exactly how that happened. They were showing the previous play.
What they called was an offensive foul on Stephon Castle, his third personal.
Shai pick and pop, gets it back, pitch back. He wants to go at Champagnie here. Victor coming over strong side. Shai getting past Champagnie, kicks it out. Chet never going to take that three. Here's Jay Will on the drive. Corner, Williams. Another Williams. Kenrich Williams. Nope, not getting that call. Not in the second half of this game 7. Harper on the push. He's got confidence against Caruso. Wembanyama firing the three. 11-point Spur lead now.
And Wembanyama, with his feet under him set, is a much better three-point shooter than any of the other ones, and he's had a couple of nice ones in Game 7.
16-2 run. Could we look back on this as the decisive one? Shai off the screen. He needs to go faster here against Champagnie, I would say. That's what he's going to try to do. Pulls up. No. Chet inside position. No foul. Spurs ball. Wembanyama getting excited here. Will they take him out for a rest now with an 11-point lead? This would normally be when they would think about doing that.
I think he'll come out about 3.5. I think
he's got his hands on his knees right now. Caruso gets through the screen. Champagnie looking for more. Off the heel. Nice rebound there by Chet as Jay Will had the box out. That's exactly how you do it. Here's Caruso again. That time he's going to get a blocking foul on Castle. And he fell to the ground pretty hard himself.
And Castle hit the stanchion pretty hard, but he seems fine. I would pull Wembanyama here. He looks a little gassed. Give him the break. I know he's hit that three and he's playing well, but you're going to need to rest him at some point. I'd give it to him now. Oh, and that's Steph Castle's fourth
foul on Castle. Let's see what happens to Caruso here. He kind of hit his head. I
thought he might have hit his elbow. We didn't have the angle for it, but I thought he might have hit his left elbow or his right elbow.
Yeah. So 4th foul on Castle. He picked one up, an offensive foul that we never saw earlier. And now we'll see whether they decide to bring him to the bench or not. But Harper would likely get the assignment on him. And Cornette is at the table. Caruso making the first free throw. This is really just been an incredibly high-level game. Great shot making on both sides, great plays, everything just contested to a ridiculous degree.
Lineup for the Spurs: Fox, Harper, Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Luke Cornette.
Yeah, so this should be a chance for Shai to cook. They're going to go now with McCain to get a little bit more spacing on the floor. Caruso with Hartenstein in, gets the second free throw. And there are plenty of places for Shai to attack now. We'll see if they even maybe go to that double joint. 45 pick and roll again. Harper getting downhill. Shai switching onto him. Harper kicks out. No, Caruso got a deflection. Still Johnson on the ball. Johnson drives. Head down. Cornette tried the big dunk, but Hartenstein knocked it out of his hands. Shai on the push. Spurs get back. Shai left wide open. Underneath Hartenstein. Nope. Can't get his hands on it.
Too hard.
Yeah, it was just, Shai was wide open. I thought he should have just taken that three. That could have cut it to 6. They left him, and that was a big missed opportunity. I think the Thunder have missed more opportunities than the Spurs at the foul line. Oh, good rejection by Fox. Comes downhill, left it short. Cornette can't get the tip, still bouncing around, and we're going to get a loose ball foul here. Looks like in favor of the Spurs.
That is, foul is on Isaiah Hartenstein. It is his second personal, third team foul on the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, Cornette one tip, and then, Hartenstein pulls his arm down. Good call. Is that a shooting foul?
I don't think it is.
They don't call it. Now they go after McCain and pick and roll. Vassell, pick and pop, quick release. Gilgeous-Alexander trying to box out. Johnson, physical, and he's going to get 2 free throws. Johnson going right through Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who went for the face guard box out, and that's just not going to work in today's NBA.
Even with that, I still think Keldon Johnson should be minimized in the remainder of this Game 7. As the next pass he makes on a drive will be his first.
And Victor already at the table again. He's gone 26 minutes, 54 seconds as Johnson misses the first free throw. So let's see if Victor gets maybe, 2 more minutes of rest.
That was That was 46 seconds of rest for Wembanyama. I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, if he gets 2 more minutes of rest, he'll end up going 43 minutes in the game. That's a lot. Or sorry, no, that's not true. You go 41 minutes in the game. Vassell gets screened off. Shai getting into Victor's body, tipped around, and what's this? Foul on Wembanyama?
Oh, was it foul on the shot? That's what they called.
Yeah, he knows that Shai's going to go to that move every time on him, but he overcommitted and picked up his third. So a fourth on Wembanyama could be interesting here at some point. But Gilgeous-Alexander will get to the foul line. This will be attempts 7 and 8 for him.
And Wembanyama, that's the third team foul. He's generally an extremely low foul player. I would worry less about his foul trouble. I worry about his minute total, so you might end up getting to the right answer by just sitting him a little bit preemptively. But he's for the type of player he is, the amount of defensive opportunities he has, he's an extraordinarily low foul player. It's one of his best strengths.
So watch out. Victor is all the way down the floor here. They're going to try to get it to him quickly. And now they're going to get into the 45 pick and roll again. Same thing. Fox looking to turn the corner. And that leaves Johnson wide open. This is happening every single time. Johnson just can't cash out the way Champagnie was. Now Wallace back in the game. Looking to interact with Caruso. Now Hartenstein getting it into Shai's hands. He'll change the angle of the screen. Now he goes away. Shai says, no, I got him. Hartenstein looking to hang out on the baseline. Shai, step back, gets him in the air. No, he jumped way sideways.
Unnatural shooting motion.
You challenge this?
So Shai only has one personal. It would take the free throws off the board. Without seeing a replay, no, I wouldn't.
Let's see here. I think he jumps way sideways, but would he have made contact with him anyway? That's tough.
And that's only two free throws.
You can't tell from that angle.
Wait,
is it only two?
Is it a 2 or a 3?
I don't know.
No, it's a 3-shot foul. So
okay.
I might have challenged it then.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is if he would have ran into him anyway, but he definitely shot it pretty sideways. I don't know. He may not have taken a step sideways by too much. That one was really close. It definitely was not natural, I'll tell you that. But does it rise to the level of that in a technical sense? I'm not sure. But this is huge here. Shai getting him back in it now at the foul line. This will be 5 free throws they've given up on Shai jumpers. But when he's this hot, and actually they also got that one on the pump fake by Castle too. So they fouled him for 7 free throws in this quarter on jumpers. Back to 5. Shai has 31. He's been unbelievable. Screen away here for Vassell. Fox tries to attack. They go after McCain. Wallace with a late close. Wembanyama got the rebound into Fox's hands. Weak side, Vassell. That's the right pass. Open 3. No, off the heel. Spurs will get another offensive rebound. Thunder can't grab the ball, and now Wembanyama is going to work on it with 9 on the clock. Step back, going right. Nope. And what is this? Loose ball foul on Johnson, and that's going to be an over-the-back breaker. Free throws. The Spurs are melting down with these fouls right now.
And I don't understand why Keldon Johnson needs to be on the floor as much as he has been. He's not helping them.
Why don't they go back to Champagnie, who's on fire?
He's played Champagnie's played 24 minutes, and he's not in foul trouble.
Yeah. No, especially because they're running the 45 pick and roll, leaving Johnson open. He missed that a couple of shots. And Champagnie was killing him on that same play. Like, if you got Victor in the game, and they are going to come back to Castle and Champagnie now, but this is really, it was 76-65. And have the Thunder even scored a field goal in this run? I think it's just been all free throws. And all just bad fouls by the Spurs.
The last Thunder made basket was Shai got a mid-ranger to put it to 68-65. So that was
all 9 of these points are at the free throw line in this 9-1 run. Caruso trying to bother Castle. Now Vassell, they want to run that pick and roll on the weak side. Fox and Wembanyama. Fox on the drive, gets inside. Yes, he beat Wallace. Nice move there by De'Aaron Fox, looking as spry as he has. Vassell against Wallace. Pick and roll, kicks out McCain. Is he going to do something here offensively? Because he has been attacked on defense. Shai off the pick and roll. Victor's in a drop. Inside out. Shai gets open. Good late close by Champagny. It's loose, and the Spurs have it. Fox going to try to attack here again. Wembanyama looking a little tired right now. Fox rejects the screen into the lane. It's fouled by Caruso. If Caruso thought he got it clean, it looked like he got him on the arm to me.
And De'Aaron Fox, being the adult in the room, having a couple of these control drives, I think at times he's played too much, but he's given them an important stability after that big punch from the Thunder.
Yeah,
he got ball
clean.
first.
That is clean. Will they challenge here?
I think they should.
Yeah, I know why the referee made that call, because to me it looked like he got him in the arm live. And yes, Mark Daigneault with the slow walk, this will be a challenge that I think they are going to win. I would imagine they got a clear recovery because they were all around the ball, but this will be a huge call and also the last challenge for the Thunder. Remember, of course, Mark Daigneault got a technical as he took a challenge in the first quarter that in fact was overturned in his favor. Let's see if there's anything else here that could be construed as a foul. Yeah, it looks pretty clean to me.
Now let's see if we can see the recovery.
Yeah, they're
because that's the reason that you wouldn't challenge here would be if it's still Spurs ball.
Well, it also if it
hits
went out
off
of bounds,
Fox's hand.
It would hit off of Fox too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Shai does clearly recover it afterwards. They're looking at that now too. So this is going to be Thunder ball in all likelihood. So Mark Daigneault, 2 successful challenges, but that'll be it for him. I mean, they haven't officially said it's that it's overturned yet, but that is my expectation.
I already wrote the note in, so it better hold. No, I can.
All right, so call is in fact overturned, and OKC had imminent possession, so that was a big play. Spurs going to push it back to 3 possessions. Wow, that's crazy. They actually got the hand on the ball 3 times. Wallace got him twice, didn't dislodge it either time. And then Caruso got the eventual strip.
And Nate, the Thunder are down to, because you lose your timeout even if the second challenge is successful. They're only down to 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, so they'll have to do their automatic in the fourth quarter. But now let's see what they can get to here. Shai guarded by Vassell with Castle off the ball. Shai on the drive. Was he tripped? No, they don't give him that call. I actually thought he did get tripped there by Wembanyama. Now Victor against Jay Will. Are they going to come over and help? Here comes Chet. Victor bludgeons his way in. Kicks out. Champagny, corner of Castle. Big 3. Long. Rebound Holmgren.
Great rebound there by Chet Holmgren.
Yep. These rebounds have been absolute wars. They're going after Champagny now. Shai crossing over. Kicks it out. Victor was over on the strong side. They don't move it weak side fast enough. Wallace. Castle is still on him. Do they get it back to Shai? They do. Down to 4. He has got to be exhausted. They go for the late double. Jay Will, deep 3. Yes! Huge shot to cut it to 2.
And that
was well behind the line.
And it was a terrible job by De'Aaron Fox knowing down and distance. You don't need to dig for help when there's 2 seconds left on the shot clock. You get to your guy 1 pass away. He could have made that
because they had double teamed already, right? He wasn't the guy double teaming, was he?
No, he was not.
Let's see it here again. No, yeah. So yeah, because Vassell double teams. Yeah, that was Fox was way too aggressive. You're right there. I mean, now he may have assumed there wasn't time, but
don't assume that. That's the only thing he could do.
Yeah, I agree. That was an overhelp. Great call.
And so now the margin is down to 2 for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
How do you feel like this is going to go? What you guys in the comments? What do y'all think?
I I mean, I think it's advantage Thunder, but I'm not sure of it. I love this game.
I mean, this has been unbelievable, but like Shai has had to do so much, and the Thunder have gotten back into it with the fouling. To me, the Spurs have the overall advantage. Now, I don't know if that means they're going to win because they might just make too many mistakes with fouls or something. But the Thunder do have a depth advantage other than Shai, of course, who's got to just be completely exhausted. Like what happens in the non-Shai minutes at the start of the fourth would be
you assume there will be non-Shai minutes. There might be briefly. You got to comment about the refs have given Thunder their points this quarter. I mean, are you pointing to bad calls? Like free throws are only.
I mean, maybe that 3-shot foul. That one was pretty controversial though on Shai, where he kind of jumped into him.
Yeah, on that one, but all the rest of them, I mean, they're the behind the back, the over the back breaker on Keldon Johnson. You had a problem with that. I think that overall,
that one I didn't even really see. Are they setting up the 45 again? No. They're going to try to just get a Castle Victor pick and roll here. No contact made on the screen. Now Victor gets Jay Will in the air. They help. Vassell, huge 3-corner. No, left it short. Spurs are going cold here. They're getting these long rebounds. Victor on the drive, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Jay Will and free throws for Wembanyama.
And I'm fine with Wemby getting the foul eventually, but I think he should have just taken that 3. He hesitated and kind of set up the drive. Jay Will was not going to block that.
Yeah, he must have had the right arm on him a little bit. Yeah, the Thunder in the third quarter, 11 of 11 from the foul line. But the Thunder are 2 of 11 from 2 in this quarter as Wembanyama makes the first free throw.
And Nate, I don't think we've talked about it enough. It's 20. The Spurs are +8 on true shots in just this third quarter, 28-20. The Thunder have 4 turnovers. The Spurs have 2. And then the Spurs have offensive rebounded well in this third quarter.
They have 9 offensive rebounds in the quarter.
Yeah.
But only 4 second chance points. They had that one possession where they got like 5 offensive rebounds in a row and missed 3s on each of them. Yeah, let's see. On second chances in the third, they are 1 of 7 from the field. And only 2 of 4 on free throws. There's a miss by Wembanyama. Thunder will try to get a 2-for-1 here. Surely the ball will go to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander again. He'll go with about 35. Gets Champagnie on him. He's going to attack going left. Gets past Harper into the lane. Kicks out. Wallace moved well without the ball. Way short on the 3. Dort.
That should be a foul.
No foul.
Why was that not a foul?
It's loose. And somehow Harper got it to Champagnie. He was about to get tied up. 3-second differential, and Fox will take the air out of the ball. Wembanyama wants it thrown to Vassell. And now instead he's going to go set the screen for Fox. Drop coverage. Wembanyama pops. Turnaround at the foul line. Just missed. Down to 1. They won't get a good shot off here. That was well done to at least run the time down. And we have a 3-point game in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. This game is living up to everything. I thought it would be close after 5 consecutive blowouts, and we're getting it.
What are the key stats for me in this? Despite Shai's individual brilliance, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he has 24 half-court points. The Thunder overall, 0.77 points per half-court play, including 10 half-court turnovers. A lot of that occurred in the very beginning of the game. And it's been that they're outscoring the Spurs by 10 in second chance, and then they're pretty close in terms of it's transitions 22-11. So the net there is about even, but OKC's half-court offense hasn't been good.
Yeah, I think the Spurs just have more mechanisms to get good shots than the Thunder do. So now Shai presumably will get some kind of a rest here. I think it would be foolish not to rest him at least a little bit. And would Mitch Johnson respond by resting Wembanyama during this period?
Potentially. And so just so we have some of the minute totals, Shai 33 going into this fourth quarter, Wembanyama 31, Vassell 28. No other Thunder player is more than Chet Holmgren's 26. So the only guy who's really getting stressed is Shai. And then for Vassell and Champagnie at 28 and 27, respectively.
Here's another key stat, Danny. 6 turnovers for the Spurs is it. 4 points off steals for the Thunder, who usually are so thirsty in that regard.
Well, and then the Spurs, they've had overall in the game, they have 9 steals, but they only have 4 transition points off of those steals. The Thunder have been getting back. Overall, the Thunder, it's 14-9 in favor of the Spurs in points off turnovers. But considering it's a +6 differential in terms of turnovers, you'd actually want that to be higher as San Antonio.
All right, so what else are we going to watch here for the fourth? The 45 pick and roll for the Spurs. They've gotten good looks out of that every time with Champagnie as the pop man, Wembanyama as the roll man. To me, I think that OKC should try to just really trap that near half court and not do it when they go to Wembanyama's side, but usually they're going to the side of Shai. Mm-hmm. And so don't let them dribble the ball into the attack area and then try to stay home on Wembanyama and trap with the other 2 guys. See, that would be my thought, but that's a really hard play to defend. Mm-hmm. And I also think if you're going to, it's tough when McCain is one of the low men, one of the 2 low men when they're running that play, because there's 3 guys way up near half court.
And thank you for the correction that the other Thunder player who's played a lot is Caruso's already at 27 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a weird line for him. He is 2 of 11 from the field, 1 of 6 from 2. He's usually such a great finisher. He's just had a few rim in and out in this game.
And so it looks like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to be on the bench and Victor Wembanyama is not. He's going to play.
Yeah, this would normally be a time when he would be out there. And we'll have to see how long Shai, in fact, gets. But for a defensive possession, you don't need him as much. Harper, good pressure in the backcourt, and they get it to Fox. He's going to try to post up Wembanyama here on Jay Will. Chet looking to come over. Everybody's in a shell. Wembanyama looking to spin. Chet comes to the double. He's right there. Tough fadeaway and a foul by Holmgren. Not a good foul there, and they do not have a challenge. Holmgren did not think it was a good call, but Daigneault looking at the replay. He doesn't think it's a good call. We'll look at the replay, and it's a foul. So Wembanyama, a couple of big free throws here to open the fourth quarter. He's rested only 46 seconds, and he left that free throw short.
That is Wembanyama's second missed free throw of the game. So he is 2 for 4 so far.
And all of a sudden, the Spurs have actually missed more free throws than the Thunder have after the Thunder started off so poorly. Wembanyama's line, 17 points, 6 of 14 from the field, and does make that free throw. 81-77 is the score.
Yeah, Nate, since those double misses by Shai and Chet, the Thunder have not missed a free throw.
Caruso off the screen. Wallace was open. Caruso didn't look that way. He wanted to go back to McCain. McCain pushes off Harper and drains it. That's a huge shot. They got to manufacture everything here. That was all dummy action on one side to open up McCain on the other side against Harper, who got a good contest. McCain made a tough shot. They're all tough shots for the Thunder. Same play they just ran. Victor trying to post up. They're going to go other side. Cross screen here, set by Champagnie. Chet with the chuck. And now they run the side pick and roll. Johnson, tough 3 over Caruso, drains it above the arc for Keldon Johnson, pushing it back to a 2-possession lead. Caruso on the attack and pick and roll. Wembanyama switching onto him. They're going to a switch here. Wallace, corner, big 3. Yes! They took advantage of Champagnie, who was loading up for really no reason at all.
Yeah, it's not like Shai's in the game.
He's about to be. Double screen here. Caruso goes under. Oh, they miscommunicated. 3-pointer Champagnie off the heel. Holmgren working for the rebound. Johnson engaged him. Harper got it. Wembanyama corner. Johnson looking for 2 in a row. Yes! The 6th man of the year. Puts him back up 5. All of a sudden, nobody can miss. McCain on the attack against Champagnie. Back out Caruso, who will run point. Weak side Chet. No, don't do it, Chet. Don't try, Victor. Jay Will looking to get it to McCain. Chet drives baseline, falls down, Kicks out. Somehow McCain got it down to 4. He'll have to create. Backs it up. Short. And a shot clock violation, and that'll get Shai back into the game.
But the Spurs, I thought the Spurs did pretty well there. Started it. I guess it was only 7-5, but it felt like I think because the Thunder scored early that it was more of an advantage Spurs.
Was it only 7? Yeah, I guess it was 3 possessions, 2 Johnson threes, and 1 free throw by Wembanyama into the post to him again. Looking to load up. Wembanyama just shoots over him. And another foul on the arm of Victor Wembanyama on a jump shot. And everyone looking at the scoreboard, but it's immaterial. He'll get more free throws. Let's see if he gets them here.
Yep, got him on the elbow.
All right, you're ahead of me, but did he? That was pretty.
In the beginning, he got him on the windup. He got him as he was going up.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think I saw it earlier than you thought you'd see it.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. Wembanyama getting the first free throw. Johnson back-to-back 3-pointers over pretty decent contests.
Yeah. Who said they should sit him? No, they still made those 2. That doesn't mean it's the right decision. But that's why Game 7's so fun.
Second free throw by Victor, and it's a 3-possession lead. Shai back in the game.
I mean, Victor has to sit one more time, right?
Does he? We'll see.
He
Caruso rejects the screen, goes right down. Oh, he tried to poke it on Wembanyama, who picks up foul number 4.
He's saying he didn't get him.
Would you challenge this one? I was looking to see whether his dunk went in. These are tough to see in real time. Yeah, you got him right in the face with his elbow. Of course.
I don't even know that he got ball. I think he just got face.
Well, and also, it's Victor. All right, now you can see that expression. That's the way a French person acknowledges the truth, right there. Oh, brick! What? That was a horrible free throw. Wow, that was like that. Let's see if he gets him here. Yeah, he didn't even hit the ball. He cracked him right in the face. But that was worth 1 free throw that he missed. That was not even close by Caruso on that first free throw. Wallace going to try to pressure Harper in the backcourt. Harper's steady hand getting it across half. Are they going to go to Victor every time here? Fox going to get the pick and roll. Caruso gets over it. Fox stepping back. Tough 3. Oh, yeah.
De'Aaron Fox, 6 of 11 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, big 15.
They get Champagnie onto Shai. Shai with that deadly inside-out dribble finds Chet, fumbles it. Looking to get outside here. Not even thinking about attacking Wembanyama. Shai, he will attack. Weak side, that's the right pass. They get him in a rotation. Big 3 by Wallace is good. Back to a 6-point game.
What was De'Aaron Fox doing there?
Another overhelp. Good pressure again by Wallace. Harper trying to work it. Gets it back to Wembanyama. He wants to get Fox coming out of the corner here. Guarded by Caruso. Wembanyama going to just go one-on-one. Down to 5. Crossover. Step back over J. Will. Oh, yes! What shot making here by both teams. But San Antonio now is up 9. Thunder will have to outscore him by a point a minute. Shai going to try to get a 3. No. Goes after his own rebound. Harper was run into, and the Spurs have it. They could push it to double digits here. Everyone's looking exhausted in this stretch. They trap Fox. Johnson, back to Victor. Weak side, Harper gets his feet set. No. Wembanyama went for the rebound. He's behind. Caruso going to push it. Goes right past Fox. Extends. No! Blocked by Champagnie at the rim. This is unbelievable basketball these teams are playing. Champagnie sprinting the floor. What a pass to Johnson across, and he lays it in. Champagnie with a brilliant block and a great pass in transition. And the Thunder are on the ropes.
That was a 4-point swing on a transition block by Champagnie because looked like it was going to be a clean 2, and then they got a good transition look off of it.
We are seeing great plays on every possession right now. So who are you going to go to if you're Mark Daigneault now? I mean, you need your best possible lineup out there.
To me, it's Shai, Chet, Hartenstein, Caruso, and Wallace. That's what I would be going to.
Yeah, the Chet Hartenstein pairing has not been that effective.
I still think it's their best go. Jalen Williams, he's not good enough offensively, and we've seen his limitations defensively. He can play in this series, but he shouldn't close. Where are you thinking Chet is solo big?
Oh, I mean, Chet just can't do anything on offense right now. I would probably bench Chet, honestly.
So go Hartenstein as the solo big?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Hartenstein and Jay Will. That's tough too. I think they really have only been playing Chet at the 4 because, this is hilarious to say that they're actually running out of players right now. I mean, obviously it'd be great to have J-Dub out there. I mean, Kendrick Williams only played 4 minutes, so his skill set might actually be a little bit better, but I think they don't trust one of Hartenstein or Jay Will to guard one of the shooters. And because then you're in a situation where one of those guys has to switch on to one of those guards. So, I mean, they probably just have to roll with this group, I guess. I mean, they got to just play better defense. That's their big problem right now. And they've just been trying to attack and transition and just not getting anything. And Shai has been making the passes, but he only has 1 assist in this quarter or in this half because they're not knocking down anything. Well, and they're not scoring at the rim. They are making threes decently, but I mean,
have you looked at the Wembanyama stat we always do in this game? It's pretty incredible. So Wembanyama in the half court, the Thunder are 0 for 4 inside 5 feet. In total, including transition, they're 2 for 8 inside 5 feet with Wembanyama on the floor.
Yeah, now a lot of those have been other guys getting the block, like Champagnie on that last one. I mean, he's been unbelievable in this game. He's 5 of 8 from 3 and has 17 points, game best plus 14 for Julian Champagnie. He's played 31 minutes, and that's despite the fact that Shai's been going after him at every opportunity. So, yeah, I really like. I mean, the guy that the Thunder are missing right now is J-Dub, the guy who could play the 4, space the floor, defend. Chet just says he can't do anything in this series. Like, he's really killing their offense.
And thank you very much to Richard and Colin for the tips. We really do appreciate that. And I agree with some of the commenters that I think Wembanyama should get a rest here. Couple minutes, not too long. Do it quick, but just give him a little extra something to make sure that he has enough juice. And you can't assume that you're going to be able to get the margin comfortable enough. Like you need to. I think you need to be comfortable. Oh, that is wild, Nate. The Spurs are only credited with 1 block in this game. So they'll fix that.
Yeah, so Fox has played really well. They've gotten good minutes out of Harper, Champagnie, Keldon Johnson with 2 big threes. So let's see who it is there. It is going to be Hartenstein and McCain. They want to boost the offense a little bit, but McCain they can go after him on defense. Shai finding Hartenstein in the roll, and he dunks it. This is going to be an and one for Isaiah Hartenstein. They got the open side pick and roll, beautiful ATO set up. And Hartenstein, that's the way they needed to get started here. Wembanyama is up, but he probably needed to back up just a little bit there with Hartenstein cutting. That's their first half-court rim bucket, and that's 5 on Wembanyama.
That's where I was going. Yeah, that's a big concern.
And there it is.
And that's another reason to give Wemby a little bit of rest here. Make sure that you don't get that foul. Like it's a couple of different things pulling in the same direction.
This is now Fox forced away from the screen. Missed that 3, maybe a little early. Wallace going to push it. Wembanyama's back. I might go right at him here, see if I could get a 6th. Harper is headed to the table. Here comes Shai right down the lane. Kicks out. McCain, big 3, short. Not even close. That could have cut it to 5. Can the Spurs keep scoring here? Hartenstein trying to get physical with Victor, who has the 5 fouls. He's going to set the screen for Castle. Shai is on him. Shai gets through it. Weak side Vassell. He'll drive the front, knocks down McCain. Oh, and he missed the bunny on the baseline. Thunder can cut it to 2 possessions now. Between the legs, blow by on Fox. No, he got back in a position. Good job there. Shai working from his office at the nail. Wow, did you see where that contest was by Fox as Mitch Johnson needs a timeout? Fox was basically covering his whole face, and he still hit that jumper.
You know where everything is in your office, even if you're blindfolded. And that's definitely true for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Thank you to everyone again who's giving us these little tips. This is you're the best game in 10 years. You see where his hand is?
It's right there.
This is the best game in 10 years. So,
and Nate, I don't know if you saw it,
a better time.
Luke Cornett was at the table. I think Mitch Johnson is going to sit Wembanyama for a minute or two here.
Yeah.
Crispy Islama says close with Harper instead of Vassell. I think you don't. I definitely think Harper should close. Who it's over? I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to close with their starters. But yeah, man, 5 fouls on Victor. And, it's going to be, I think, really where the Thunder can take advantage of that is on the glass. Because he's not going to want to get involved on defensive rebounds. So I think Hartenstein is a good choice here to get some offensive boards.
So if we assume Wembanyama is going to be off the floor to start this stretch, do you change, as Mark Day note, do you change your lineup to try to maximize these specific minutes? I would.
Yeah, to try maybe space the floor more.
Have Chet Holmgren. This is a better time to have him in.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Holmgren, Jay Will, Shai, Caruso, Wallace, probably.
Yeah, I mean, would you stick with McCain in this circumstance? I mean, that's the tough call because he does juice the offense, but I mean, you saw Vassell got a wide open shot at his expense on the baseline, just missed it. I don't like him guarding Vassell too. He's got short arms. Vassell can shoot a 3 right over him on a closeout. I mean, it still feels like San Antonio just causes more problems for OKC. I've felt that way through most of the series, especially now. Obviously, San Antonio has the massive health advantage. And this, if the Thunder can somehow pull this out, this would be like an all-time escape to me. Man, I'm going to be thinking about this game for a long time, though. Even if the Spurs win it comfortably, just the level of play and execution, and it's just been ridiculous.
Just like the East Finals, Nate.
Well, it's 50% of the East Finals featured a really high level of play and execution.
That's true.
Unfortunately, it was all on one team.
And so the foul situations we talked about, of course, Wembanyama with 5. Castle has 4 still. And for the Thunder, Jay Will is the only player with more than 2. He has 4.
Man, can you imagine if Victor fouls out and they lose? I mean, to me, all these fouls have been pretty legitimate. I maybe in the comments you guys could remind me if there was one that wasn't. I can't bring every single one of them to mind.
By the way, since we have a second, in our playoff prediction contest, if the Spurs win, it's 3-1 you in terms of points. If the Thunder win, it's 5-0 me, because of what we predicted in our scoring system.
Yeah.
What is he doing with his hand there? Oh.
All right, the Cornette is in. They're going to stick with McCain, and Harper is at point guard. They're going to give Fox a rest right now. They want to set a screen here. Now Cornette. Oh, no, stolen by Hartenstein. Bad pass by Harper. Hartenstein, is he going to get fouled here? Blocked. No foul.
What a play, Cornette.
Got back. Now Castle. Going to get the screen for Cornette. Rejects it. They try to go under. Doesn't take the 3. Does not want to take a 3-pointer in this situation. They'll go after McCain. McCain on the hedge. Try to flare out Vassell. Castle shooting over Caruso. Another great shot against the all-time defender Caruso. They've gone at him pretty well, but that block by Cornette was an unbelievable play without fouling, and Wembanyama is headed to the table. Shai looking to get open here. He'll get the screen from Hartenstein. Open side, trying to get around Cornette. Good pick-and-roll defense by Cornette. This is Wallace down the lane. Pass fake. No, it goes through the hands of Hartenstein.
And
too hard.
I think that was a bad catch more than a bad pass.
I mean, it didn't need to be that hard. Like when you're on the move going towards a pass like that and it has that much steam, it's tough to catch. I thought it had too much on it. And so they escape the non-Wembanyama minutes +2 thanks to Cornette. Wembanyama on the pick and pop, weak side. Vassell getting past Wallace, corner Champagnie, eluding Shai, tough three Champagnie, and he is now 6 of 9 from 3, and the Spurs are back up 11, and probably about that many possessions left in the game. Shai again going at Wembanyama, Caruso on the go and catch, tried to draw the foul, banks it in.
And you can see Wembanyama did not veer over to try to contest that shot.
Yeah, he was involved with Shai. Castle. Physical defense by Wallace at the point of attack. Wembanyama can't set the screen. No one to outlet it to. Finally, Harper goes and gets it. Castle sets the screen. Harper wants to go at Wallace instead of Caruso. Harper trying to get him in the air. Cut by Wembanyama. Loose. Harper has had 2 turnovers. They got to get Fox back in the game here. 3-pointer McCain in the left corner. No! That could have cut it to 6 again. Big miss by McCain. When he misses short. They've got Chet and Jay Will at the table. They call out the switch of McCain onto Castle. That leaves Champagnie open for 3. Loose? No! Tipped in by Harper. 11-point. And now, is that the last timeout by OKC? Down 11 with 4:26 remaining. Mark Daigneault wants to get those subs in. The champs have no timeouts remaining with 4:26 left.
And so, Nate, in this fourth quarter, the Spurs have scored 1.2 points per half-court play.
They are 5 of 9 from 3 in the fourth quarter.
Oof.
Johnson, 2 of 2. Champagnie, 1 of 3. Wemby, 1 of 1. And 1 of 2 from Fox. And they'll surely get Fox back into the game here. You would think De'Aaron Fox has played 31 minutes. Wembanyama, 37. But even if he fouls out now, it's difficult to imagine OKC coming back. We're at the point now where it'll take a miracle comeback.
That Cornette block, I need to put that in my notes.
I'm never going to forget it. And that 3 by McCain was huge. This 3 by Champagnie, that's a great contest by Shai. And they have not been able to get Shai enough shots here in the second half, and particularly in the fourth quarter. He's got only 2 points. And they are, I was like, why are they showing Cornette? Is he in? No.
No.
Harper remains in the game. They're going to take out Castle for a spell now. Jay Will setting the screen. They want to get Champagnie onto Shai. Wallace working off the ball. They don't go that way. Shai, step back. He's going down firing, and he hits another 35 points for the MVP. He has brought it tonight. The Thunder defense has not. And Mitch Johnson is going to take a use it or lose it timeout.
And I would say normally I think the Thunder have looked like the more tired team, but you want to keep your team composed and make sure that you can execute here. Whew.
Yeah, I mean, look at this contest. Shai may almost got fouled. Look at Champagnie lands. Look at that, how he avoided him. That probably was still a foul, honestly. He still made contact with him. But he just by like going for the splits as he landed, he avoided too much contact. Interested to see what Mitch Johnson is going to come up with here. With it down to 9 and 4:05 remaining. Yeah, the San Antonio Spurs have put up a 122 offensive rating on the champs, and it's been 16 of 39 from 3. But also, I mean, this is pretty incredible, Danny. for a team this young to have only 8 turnovers on the road against these Sharks, Case and Wallace and Caruso and all these guys.
Well, Nate, I have a stat for you.
Yeah.
Do you know the Spurs offensive rating in the fourth quarter?
I mean, it's like 140 or something.
160.
Yeah. They've had some pretty incredible stretches in this game. But, I mean, this is a 122 offensive rating when you shoot 47% from 2 is about as good as you can hope for. So let's see what Mitch Johnson's got here. He's got all 3 guards in the game and Champagnie. So no Vassell. They want to get Harper against Shai and now run the pick and roll with Wembanyama. Shai does get over the screen, but they help off of Fox. Harper going to try Shai one-on-one again. Looking to step back. Didn't even have it. Oh, he didn't even have his feet set. What slid. A shot. That was an absolute line drive by the rookie. That was an insane shot. Shai working off the ball. Blasts into him. Underneath, Wallace three-pointer in the corner, and he makes that.
And the Thunder are going to need shots like that to get back into contact, as ridiculous as the Spurs defense is.
Yeah, Thunder facing the 3-guard lineup of the Spurs to help handle pressure. Shai is on Castle now. Wembanyama, as they're going to dribble the air out of the ball, he'll set the screen with 10. They go under on Castle, re-screen. Can't go under that time. Castle with Shai in his back. Shai knocked it away. It's loose. He drove into guys, and now Wallace going to get downhill. Doesn't try. Caruso trailing the play. He can't take the 3 either. And now Shai is going to get the screen from Caruso. Fox trying to dig on Shai, but they don't get anything fast in transition to cut it to 7. Shai working on Fox. Double teamed. Can't get off the ball. Down to 6. Caruso moves it. Nobody's there to help out Jay Will. He's got to just fire it here over Harper. Just barely missed. Chet working for the rebound. Throws it. No, he stepped on the end line.
And the Spurs there, first of all, getting back in transition after that loose ball, the bad play by Steph Castle, to get back and not give up a shot. And one of the best things you can do when you have a lead like this is force the other team to use more of the shot clock. It's great if you can get a stop, but if you can force them to use 10, 15, or ideally 24 seconds, that is almost as good as a stop.
Yeah, I mean, if they could have cut it to 7 there, they might have still had it, but now 9-point lead in the ball. Harper blows by Wallace. Oh, he tried to dunk on Holmgren, but Holmgren met him at the summit. 5 on 4. Shai attacking, now kicks it out to Caruso. Great transition defense again. Shai against the nail help of Champagnie kicks out. This is a 3 by Wallace. That goes down. It's down to 6.
And I think you try to get something a little earlier in the clock here. Don't just try to take the air out, because the Thunder are going to score more than 6 points in the remainder of this game.
We shall see. Do they involve Wembanyama more? They haven't been doing that as much. Castle, I would try to get it to Fox here. Castle runs a pick and roll. Wembanyama rolling. He's exhausted. Kick out Fox. Wembanyama at the nail. Faces. Triple teamed. Everyone's exhausted. Castle, no, got it taken away by Case and Wallace. But again, they don't get transition.
And that's Castle refusing to take the 3. It was late clock. You're not going to get anything better.
Shai on Champagnie. Is he going to go for a 3 here? He is. He feels it. The MVP. No, well short. Holmgren can't save it once more. That could have been a huge shot to cut it to 3. Shai was hunting it. Probably the right play, down 6 with 1:30 left. But he didn't have the legs.
Shai Thunder, up to 42 minutes played for him.
Thunder are finally forcing turnovers, but it might be too late, and they are not able to get transition. So this is interesting. They're going to bring McCain in here. I don't agree with this, and take out Holmgren. So they're going with basically a 4-guard look.
Well, so here's the thing you do as the Spurs here. You go late clock, but you just get the ball to whichever guard McCain is guarding.
Yeah, I think so. Well, he's on Champagnie right now.
Set a screen.
Vassell is back in. Harper is out. They're going to give it to Victor. Handoff Fox. Caruso getting through the screen. Vassell up top. They double team him. Miscommunicate. Good rotation by Wallace. Short from Champagnie. And there's Castle with the offensive rebound. Back to a 3-possession game. The small lineup fails to get the rebound. Now Wallace on a quick attack. He tries to lay it in over Vassell, high off the window. down to 6. Thunder don't have any timeouts here. That room's large. They really should press and try to force a turnover, but everyone is so tired right now. Look how tired Caruso is. They're going to double team. Spurs have a timeout here.
Timeout.
They will take it. Mitch Johnson, look where he was over half court to call that timeout.
And I think Caruso's mad about the physicality, but hey, it's the last minute of a game 7. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I think this timeout, the fact that they forced this benefits the Thunder because they needed the energy. Yeah, Castle pushing off, double team. This is a good timeout by Mitch Johnson. Castle did well to avoid getting tied up. And yeah, Caruso with just like a little extra swipe there for no reason. Castle complaining that he was getting fouled, but he was given as good as he got in that. So now the Spurs, with 14 on the shot clock, they can get it down to 29 seconds here. Incumbent upon them to waste as much time as possible. Surely the Thunder are going to try to trap and see if they can force a turnover. But they don't. Again, making this comeback from down 6 with no timeouts is so difficult. And of course, they got to get 2 threes.
And as the Spurs, you consider pressuring a little bit yourself here to try to slow down the Thunder. If you miss it here, just try to slow them down. You run the risk of them getting a good shot faster, but I think it does slow them down.
And the Thunder, they've had a few chances. They had to be perfect. They got turnovers and just didn't have the energy to push it. And hey, that Sean Sweeney transition defense, congratulations to him, new coach of the Magic. They have gotten back every time. So they'll set up a line here. Harper going into the backcourt. Wembanyama trying to get up. They lob it up. Dort can't get a hand. No, he did get a hand on it. Wallace tracked back. They got to get a 3 here. Shai, he's going to drive it. Victor runs him off. They are not going to get a 3 up fast enough. Now Wallace drives. He has to kick out. Kenrich Williams 3. Misses. It's loose again. Caruso runs it down. Shai is on the ball. Doesn't fire the 3. Dort with a 3. And what happened here? A foul way out top. Look at everyone immediately hands on knees.
And one mistake there, that small thing that Steph Castle did wrong. He got the ball and tried to dribble. Just hold it. Just hold it, and it would have been over.
Now the Thunder have to get a 3. They have no timeouts remaining. Yeah, and Fox, he was trying to foul there. That's interesting. They're trying to take a foul and to avoid them getting up a 3 and just let them set their defense because they are not in the bonus. That's a really good foul to give there. There you see Chet, the All-NBA player, on the bench right now at the end of Game 7. Thunder don't have a timeout. They got to just run their best play for a 3. McCain trying to get open. It's Jay Will up top. Back to Caruso. Shai is off the ball. Caruso fires off the dribble. Not even close. It'll be Thunder ball again. This has been wild on the offensive glass. The champs giving it everything they have, but they are not coming close on these 3s right now.
And it's taken them so long on this. When you have no timeouts, you have to go pretty quickly. And
Wembanyama stopped them a bunch of times, even when they were trying to get layups in that last sequence.
And as the Spurs here, you want to have a plan for if they make a 3 to inbound this ball.
Caruso getting it out to Jay Will. Doesn't take the 3. Weak side, Wallace, very deep. Misses, rebound Champagny, and that surely will do it. They get it ahead to Vassell. He's going to dunk it with 4.1 remaining, and the Spurs are going to go to the NBA Finals. What a Game 7 this was. The Thunder will dejectedly dribble the air out of the ball. Unbelievable series. Victor Wembanyama is headed to the NBA Finals. He is emotional. They slayed the Dragon on their first attempt.
You don't have to crawl rock one. Don't have to crawl rock one when you have a 7'5" incredible guy who might already be the best player in the world.
Man, what a game this was. Can't wait to talk about it on the pod. I think the better team won, given the unavailability of the Thunder. Victor, great to see him emotional. You know that he cares as much as anyone has ever cared. And it's so great to see it on his face. He'll surely be the West Finals MVP. We're going to sign off here. Thanks so much for joining us. This was unbelievable. So many great plays. Just the absolute desperation of this game. I'm going to remember this for a long time, and we really appreciate y'all allowing us to experience it in this way. Talk to y'all next time.